Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are here for what might be the final episode of our arc for this Blades in the Dark campaign we are running. For those that don't know me, I am Noble Crumpet, and I stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, doing a variety of things, limited to, but not including, including, but not limited to, games, mostly art, and mostly TTRPGs. Anyway, let's transition over here and see what me friends are up to. Alright, we're live, everybody.
Okay.
Hello!
And welcome. We have new character sheets for you. For us.
We're all Bane now.
Everybody is Bane, because we are storming the Crow's stronghold.
For you.
For you!
Church to Velestine. They will expect one of us in the wreckage.
Oh no.
Oh, my girl.
Yeah, we're back. Woo. We're
Alright.
here, and we're alive.
Yeah, why don't we just run into it?
Yeah.
I need to do introductions again.
Yeah, you guys, you did a little information gathering. You got disrupted at the parlay, and now you guys have a lead on how to possibly prove your innocence in this case of the murder of Rorik. It seems possible that Lissa, the lieutenant of the Crows, did it, perhaps with some insistence or even instruction from the Hive, one of the gangs that basically runs the entire city. What I will say right off the bat before we get into it, and it's maybe a little much, and if it seems like a little much and you just want to cut in the action, let me know. I do owe you guys at least 2 crew upgrades, one of which will just increase the amount of money the crew can store.
I think that's good.
Like, I think baseline, you guys probably want the vault, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now you have access to an additional 24 money.
That's a big upgrade to start. Like,
Oh, no,
How is
18,
that
sorry.
exciting?
You have an additional
Yeah.
18 money
Jesus.
that the...
you think it would be like, oh yeah, you can your first one, you get another 4.
Oh, yeah. No.
And now it's
Well-
like, no, you get a vault.
And, I'll just say this as well, like, it's that much because it's going to cost you guys like 18 coin to ascend to tier 3
Oh right.
eventually, which is a little bit down the pipeline. You're just a weak tier 2 gang right now. But
Gotcha.
Very insulting.
For now.
for now. And then you guys do get another upgrade.
What other
So why
upgrades
don't-
are there?
Yeah, why don't I just go through them? Well, I'll talk about the Bravos specific ones right now. You guys already have Bravos rigging. You could get a gang of elite rovers. You could get a gang of elite thugs. You guys could get hardened, which gives each character +1 trauma box. Oh, no, sorry, but this one costs 3 upgrades to unlock.
Oh.
So that's a long-term thing.
Yeah, and I don't think we have any traumas anyway, so.
Right, nobody's traumatized yet.
Except Philistine, but she in jail.
That's right. The last thing you can get is you could get contacts in Iron Hook. Your tier is effectively +1 higher in prison. So you would roll, so Velestine would roll 3 dice instead of 2 when making her Iron Hook imprisoned rolls. And it counts for any tier related element in prison. So more elite cohorts or better Iron Hook rolls. For generic insights, you guys could get, and maybe some of these just make sense to have just gone for. You could get your lair could be secure, which means that you guys have locks, alarms, and traps on your lair just for intruders.
Oh, a little late for that.
Me like.
Right. You guys have trainings. You have your vault. You guys could get a workshop, which allows you to do more advanced like alchemy or research basically in your base without necessarily, depending on what it is, necessarily needing to go get additional contacts. You could make
Sweet.
yourselves have access to better, like a higher quality level of arcane implements, documents, gear, subterfuge supplies, tools, weapons, stuff like that. Your lair could be hidden. You guys could get a carriage house, which comes with a carriage and 2 goats to pull it. You guys get a boat house, which comes with a boat with access to a dock and a small shack for storing boating supplies. I don't know if anything jumps out from what I mentioned.
Secret. Kind of like
A
I
lot
like
of
hidden
them
stuff
kinda-
because that's kind of nice.
The secret base sounds fun.
We
Yeah,
already
just
have the
It
machine, like
might
the carriage.
work with the whole cult thing. Honestly, it might prefer that it's a secret thing, and
Oh
then
yeah, I'm
we.
definitely not making any decisions totally biased on my opinion when I'm doing.
Well, I'm
want
kind
the
of in
lab.
consensus though, because like
Lab
the
abuse.
Midnight Encore is kind of an ominous name. We always use like gas in our in our freaking
do.
things. We're basically like fucking a
Batman.
Joker gang or something that just
Or that,
goes
yeah.
in. Yeah, I was gonna say Batman, but we're pretty much the Joker or the Riddler, or maybe we're Scarecrow.
We start
Maybe
out
we're
as
Scarecrow's
Batman,
goons,
You're the Jonkler.
the Jonkler,
the funny man.
the funny man. Yes.
Yeah, the jokes, man. Yeah. Okay, sweet. Yeah. The explicit text of Hidden Layer is your lair has a secret location and is disguised to hide it from view. If your lair is discovered, you guys can use 2 downtime activities and pay coin equal to your tier to relocate it and hide it once again.
See,
So
I
maybe
like that.
Yeah, like if we do take this, maybe like in lore, once you guys got into a war with the crows, you sort of like packed up your operations from the Sound Garden. You still operate it as a front, but you've sort of been moving your location around from place to place, like basement to basement, trying
Yeah.
to get ahead of people trying to find your lair.
Maybe
Nobody
Hive
really
knows
knows where
us.
it is anymore.
maybe
I
we
feel
found.
like the Hive would always know all the
It-
time.
They might. Maybe we found an underground like ancient railway or something that used to be
Sewer
used
system.
before the sun went out,
Ooh, okay.
and it just connects throughout the city. But we found like a part that's been sequestered off, so we have a secret layer that has access to other places. I don't know.
Yeah, or maybe what you've done is basically you've discovered that there is this secret subway network that nobody seems to really know about. But as you've tried to branch out from it, you find some connections, some places, some are blocked off. You don't really know, there's no map for it, but you know that you guys have like one station of it. And you know some of the places it goes out from it, but you're positive no one else knows about it.
Yeah, we'll have to find the other stations before we can
Nice.
fast travel there.
You have to name the
It's that
place.
fucking Adventure Zone thing.
No, this is a
No.
Hollow Knight thing.
Okay, good.
Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight.
Okay. Oh, Hollow Knight. Okay.
Bugs.
Good.
The bugs. They're all around me, Ma.
Ooh. They filled in with bugs. Terrific. All right. Great. You guys now have a vault and a hidden layer. Excellent. So yeah, where we're at is we just did our little bit of downtime activity before, but now we are planning and doing any amount of information gathering you want to do to set up for the heist on the Crow's Nest.
Okay, so this is an impenetrable stone tower in the middle of Crow's Foot. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah. I wouldn't say impenetrable. It is
Imposing.
formidable. It is an imposing stone tower. It is taller than the other buildings around it. It has a large base to it, like a larger footprint, basically. And then it sort of narrows into a tower that goes up many floors.
And our force is probably not strong enough to take them head on. Is that the vibe?
Probably, because you would be attacking a gang of equal size to yours in its entirety, but they have a stronger hold, and they will be on their home turf.
Okay.
Direct assault would be bold, if not a little bit misguided.
It would be pretty
Or
bold.
we do have a direct assault.
Yeah, so that's a negative
But
bolt,
our
not positive.
Core is going around through the back. So we're getting a distraction going.
We could get a
I think we're
distraction
very
going.
effective at distractions, for
Yeah.
sure.
Just set up gas in like one. We've already set up that the gas is our thing, so we could put a bunch of gas like in one area, maybe set off a bunch of bombs, and then we go in the back.
Literally summon a storm if we
Exactly.
need to.
Okay.
And I can always scout
mist.
the area, I guess, beforehand to try to get a lay of the land.
Yeah. Why don't we see if we can information gather to find a more subtle way in besides the front door, but keep the front door in mind for our distraction.
Any ventilation.
Tunnels.
People-sized vents,
Mm-hmm.
people-sized grates.
Is
Okay.
there a way to assault from above?
From above.
Yeah.
Probably
Who
we could fly.
What if we?
who wants to do this information gathering?
It sounds like Church wanted to.
I think I'm
plan.
probably
Yeah.
pretty good, well equipped for that.
Yeah, I would say
I
you should
mean,
do
Good
that.
job.
AKA, I have one in study.
Hell yeah.
Let me pull up the attribute section, but I
Or is
actually
it
think this would be, I think this
survey?
could be survey or maybe even hunt.
Survey is probably.
I think it's
what
probably
think
survey.
it would be.
Survey
Oh,
the
we-
situation and anticipate outcomes.
Good try to
Uncover opportunities or weaknesses.
Yeah, uncover opportunities or weaknesses is what I was thinking of.
You could also try to spot a good ambush point. But hunting might be better, it says.
Yeah.
LOL.
I think because exactly. Like hunting is specifically like I am going to shoot someone from this location, whereas I think survey is reasonable for like, oh, where is the weakest point of this building for assault?
Hunt, study, and survey are all very like you could mix and match them. They're pretty easily.
The way I think of it is
Like the words
study,
like themselves.
Study is personal stuff.
Right.
Survey is a little bit broader.
Broader.
Like if you don't have a target, survey is a little bit. If you don't have an explicit like
So
person-sized
investigate
target.
versus this perception.
Perception, yeah. I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
survey is kind of perception, and the only specific tweak to it is if it is perception with intent to harm, then that is more in the hunt realm.
Because it also says you might detect a person's motivations or intentions, but studying might be better.
Yeah, you study a single person, you survey a situation or a
Right.
location. If you are trying to actively hurt something, you would hunt.
You could try to spot a good ambush point, but hunting might be better.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And
I
then
would do the
then
roll.
don't tell me it.
Yeah.
What do
I
you
think
What
should
do you
the
want?
roll.
Survey?
Yeah, I think survey makes sense because you're trying to spot like
Okay.
the weakest entry point into this building.
Oh, good.
Okay.
There isn't any.
No,
It's
I mean, based on-
impregnable.
Yeah, we can't get in. The only thing, so you spend a couple days getting into cover, donning your blacks, and sort of sneaking around, hopping on some rooftops. You survey the ground areas. You open up some sewer grates, see what's in there. The only thing you can really find is that it seems like they have strong, like ground level protection, but it is a tower, and there are buildings that surround it. Granted, the gaps are pretty large, but it seems like maybe the least defended places are the windows on the sides of the buildings. If you could somehow find a way to get from a nearby rooftop over to the windows on the buildings, that might be the least resistance you'll encounter.
All right.
Zip lines.
Yes. Some
That
sort
sounds
of
like-
grappling hooks.
That sounds like something for the inventors.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. We could do maybe like a couple different roles. We could do someone trying to acquire the materials for it, and then someone trying to craft them. We could do something like that.
Bunny a rope at the docks.
Mm.
Sure, I could find something pointy to stab into a rock wall.
Well,
right,
I
who
can
wants
assist
to
Bond
go?
with Tinker, if that's what we're doing. Or
I-
you said
yeah,
two
yeah,
rolls,
let's-
right?
I did say 2 roles, but if anyone does, if nobody has any other ideas as to how to gather information, we'll break this into 2 roles. But if someone has something else they want to do, then we can just wrap this into one. I'm just trying to make sure enough
We
of
might be
this
able to
happen that
just-
people get involved.
We could deceive
Yeah.
our way in. Like if we go in barrels or something in shipments. But I am not. Actually, I have 1 in survey. I could try and keep an eye on their shipping lanes or something.
Let's just do a Vaughn. You can do a tinker roll, and you can get help from Scav. And this will be to
Yeah, sure.
build some rudimentary sort of grappling lines, some rudimentary grapnels to try and get yourselves from rooftops over there.
I feel like we could just steal some harpoons from the Leviathan hunters.
Yeah, you probably
Yeah,
could.
I could probably go talk to Leviathan hunters, see if they've got some good grappling
Yeah,
stuff.
just offering another.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I could probably
I would
ace this
say-
tinker. I mean, it doesn't matter which one we pick.
If you want to, maybe what we do instead is do you want to maybe try and consort with some of your Leviathan hunter contacts, and then Scav can help you. He can be like the bad cop, you'd be the good cop.
Sure, or the other way around. I don't know how Scav's feeling.
It depends on the day.
He does have better consort than you do, so maybe we flip it that way.
Right now, I got a bit of a tummy ache, but I'm managing.
Yes, you would have reduced effect on the roll. Yeah. Let's do this. Hicks, because you know the Leviathan Hunters, you can go ahead and do a consort, but you'll get 1 die for free on this. So you'll treat it as if you have 1 pip in consort.
Gotcha.
And then Scav
I know.
wants-
somebody enough to have some consort with them.
Yeah. But specifically because you're going to the Leviathan Hunters.
Gotcha.
And if someone wants to help you, they can.
I'll assist.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Ooh,
Does this
ouchie, ouch,
this
tummy
takes
boy.
stress, right?
It would be 1 stress, yeah.
Got it.
Okay, just roll. Don't care about anything else.
Yep.
My tummy freaking hurts.
No. It's okay. After this heist, you're going to get a Tummy Ache Survivor t-shirt.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, a belly ache.
I think I do it.
Great
Nice.
success.
Fantastic.
Well, just
Yeah, you get
Hey, we're buds. We go way back.
you get exactly what you need, and even it's actually some very nice ones. So Vaughn, if you succeed on your tinker roll to craft these, I'm going to say these are going to give you guys a +1 die on your engagement roll for this heist.
nice.
Alright,
Right.
let's engage
Alright,
that
Tinker
tinker.
boy.
We have the right tools for the job.
Yes,
this'll work
exactly.
well. Risky standard, blah blah blah.
Biscuit. For thine biscuit.
For the biscuit.
A foolish mortal.
Or fucking for the crumpet.
Foolish partial success.
That is good enough, given the fact that you guys preceded it with a 6. I will say, yes, you guys, Vaughn, you sort of assemble a couple of like rudimentary cylinders with some black powder packed into the bottom. You wax the ropes so that they won't burn from the black powder as you stuff them down in, and you've got some sharpened harpoons that should, with the propulsion, be sharp enough to penetrate stone. Give you a decent enough anchor to carry you guys across.
Most excellent.
Hell
This is exactly what we need. Good work.
I have a vision.
I wonder
Yes.
if maybe the partial is that it just can't hold Skov or something.
I have a vision
Oh.
of swooping in on the crow's nest. Let's make
No.
it happen.
Yeah, no, you know what I'm going to say is the partial is you guys have crafted enough to get you in, but it's likely they will either snap or be so compromised that they will break down and you can't really retrieve them afterwards.
Okay.
So you have enough grapples to get you into the building, but you do not have enough left over to get you out, or you can't recover the ones that you're going to use to get you in.
Yeah, maybe the angle's just
Perfect.
bad anyway.
Yep.
Like we can't recoil it or something.
Mhm.
Recall,
We're gonna
recoil.
work one time.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
miss.
You can grab
Got the way in.
once. Okay, we got an entrance. We got a distraction, so deception entrance. Unless we want to still do more gathering.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want a distraction, you could send your thugs to harass them at the front, but your thugs are weakened from getting in that tussle where Church saved you guys.
Yeah, we
They
could
are.
be more covert.
Maybe we try and... No, they're not gonna...
With our
I was gonna say draw them out, but they're not gonna leave their stronghold. Or would they?
How about a bribe?
Hey, come out here and fight like a man. No. Damn it!
Why don't you come in here and fight like a man?
Kill
Damn
me
it.
and I shall
No.
insult you a second time.
Yeah, I mean, you could still try and command your thugs, but it may be tough to convince them because they're a little beaten and battered up. They may not like that order.
Maybe we have them set the charges for our deception. I got some
Ooh,
command.
okay.
I could still like probably whip them into shape.
If they can do some subterfuge for us and make it easier for us to sneak in.
So do
Yeah.
I roll for command or do they roll as their tier?
You're going to roll for command. Yeah,
Okay.
you roll for command, and this will influence their roll. I'd say if you command them well enough, they won't get reduced effect on their roll. But if you don't command them well, they will still have the weakened status.
Okay, so I'm rolling to try and negate weakened.
I think so. Yeah.
Okie dokie, I can do that. Pretty stressed out. I'll just do a raw command. Risky state. Well, that doesn't really matter. Haha, failure.
All right.
Sorry,
yeah,
fellas, I
you
got a
do-
bit of a tummy ache, but we need you to really do this
Tummy
for
ache.
us. And
this tummy ache.
because we're gonna take on the crows in their home base. Isn't that exciting? So you guys are gonna go in the front door, and we're gonna go in the back. And I want you to set the charges that are gonna blow up their front door and shit.
Frankie's like got her arm in a sling. Lars is like has one of his eyes bandaged over. They're looking at you, saying all this like, "You kidding me?"
No, we gotta stop them. They're at war with us, and my tummy does hurt. I wasn't kidding about that either.
All right.
We'll try. I'm very inspiring when I don't
That's
need to
right,
be.
you are. I'm just gonna start a clock. Token. Unrest in the crew. And this is going to go up 1. They are not too happy with management right now.
Oh boy.
But they are going to go do their best.
This is
What's
what
their
happens when
problem?
We have Skav being the manager.
Okay. I think so. Do you guys generally have a plan for this engagement? It sounds like.
It sounds like I forget what
Yeah.
all of the types are, but deception.
We have the concept of a plan.
Bust in the highest
Assault.
floor we can get to and go from there.
Ooh, there's a lot here actually. Assault, deception, stealth.
That's what I'm saying. We can do more.
Yeah, I know. I feel like this is potentially kind of stealth because you guys are trying to cause a distraction at ground level while you grapple in at a higher level.
Yeah, we're not really tricking them so much as we are misleading them, trying to trespass unseen. Alright, I'm okay with that. Stealth.
I'm just trying to fetch my little reference sheets. Okay.
I have the book next to me today because I thought ahead.
I know I have the book too for like extra reference. All right, terrific.
The kittens need to learn fetch notes.
That's right, they do. They're too dumb for that. Okay. Engagement roll. Let's get
It's
going.
an engagement.
We're gonna get engaged, everybody.
Engage.
Bellatine gets engaged to Big Mama. I don't know who that is.
All right.
That's Bazo
engagement roll
Baz's
based function.
wife.
That's correct. Yes, that's actually the twist.
He's
Yeah.
weirdly into it.
All right. Major advantages. Is the operation particularly bold or daring? I think it is.
Yeah, we're facing off the rival gang.
Yeah. Does it expose a weakness or vulnerability of the target? Hit them where they're weakest? I think so, especially because you guys have the grappling hooks. Did your friends or contacts provide aid or insight? A little bit, but I'm going to sort of mishmash that with the previous one as one total die because you guys used your guys. They didn't really give any insight. They just gave you the tools to build the way in.
Yeah, we're getting assistance, kind of.
Targets a lower tier, no. District modifiers. This is their home turf, but that comes later. Whereas your guys' operations field is in the docks, if I remember right. All right, operations overly complex, contingent on many factors. I don't think so. Target is strong against this approach. They don't have particular defenses or preparations for this going in through the windows. I don't think so. Are there enemies or rivals interfering? No. The target's a higher tier. No. District? Yes. This is their home turf, so I'm going to minus 1 die from them.
No.
Okay. So you guys are going to roll 2 dice.
That's nice.
Pull us up, Daddy.
Nice.
Brilliant.
That's good.
Perfect.
We won?
Yes.
Sick.
Is it a crit that you overcome the first obstacle, or
A crit is you overcome the first
Oh.
obstacle, yeah. But you guys are at least basically your entrance is effective. So, smash cut to the crow's nest. In the center of Crow's Foot, this giant tower looming. It is a rainy evening. It is coming down hard. There's lightning in the sky, and every time it flashes, the silhouette of this large, imposing tower strikes out black against the sky.
and that is of course because Hicks created it, right?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Was
That
it-
is
okay,
two
let's-
days for the
actually-
story
actually-
pickup.
We're gonna do. Actually, you don't tell anyone, Hicks, but
Ooh.
you tried to sort of attune and like summon, a storm to, sort of cloud things. You're used to be just basically summoning fog. and you sort of attune, and you almost get a little bit of force feedback when you try and do it, almost like something pushes back at you when you try and do this. And this severe storm, like hurricane storm, is summoned. And you're like, this is, in your mind, you're like, I didn't do this. This is more than I can do. But outwardly, you're like, no, I did this. You're like,
I pat Hicks on the back and go, "Good job."
Yeah.
I think
Didn't
you gave me
realize
a
you had
stomach
such
ache.
I
power.
don't think he did this.
Yeah.
I did this.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the rain is pelting down. You guys go to where Church sort of scouted out the appropriate location. You're perched there. You grab Vaughn's tubes. You unwrap them. You've wrapped them in cloth to make sure they don't get too wet from the rain. And then strike the light on them, and your grappling cables sort of fire off, and they stick into the walls of the building. Yank on them to make sure they're tight. You sling some like little ropes on pulley wheels over them, and you guys start pulling yourselves along the ropes slowly over to it. Every time the lightning strikes, you pause to make sure you don't stand out as something moving against the light, and then you pull through a little bit more. You pause a little bit as the wind whips so you don't get knocked off the cables, but you wheel yourselves in, and the cables have struck pretty much to either side of a large window spanning one of the floors of the building. Let me spawn some tokens, and it will pull you guys over there.
Dramatic horns play.
All right. You guys are just outside of the 3rd floor of the crow's nest. Outside the window.
It should be black, right?
Oh, I probably have to change the vision setting on this thing.
Okay. I just wanted to check.
Token vision, fog exploration, save. How do we look?
Wow. They hit
They
the
hit the
fucking
hexagons.
hexagon.
That's right.
Seize a hexagon.
Hex pilled.
A second bandit has hit the hexagon.
That's right. Okay, yeah, you guys are, you're sort of, it's a long, wide window that is looking into this 3rd floor area. Inside, when you look in, there is it looks like there's like a large, weird, curved sort of metal structure in the center. It's sort of not natural, the size of the windows that would be on either side of this, but this large curved structure is set in the middle of the room. There's a couple of guards milling about. You guys are a little bit higher up where these windows are placed, and so there's sort of rafters around near you. Why don't you give me just a study fortune roll?
Okay.
Okay. You have heard various rumors bandied about. You've pretty much all the rest of you guys have heard them, but Vane knows what some of these mean more so. That the crow's nest was it's a structure that seemingly existed before the cataclysm. Whatever city Duskval used to be before the cataclysm, this tower has stood since then. And it's been many things in its time. You have heard talk that it's been, at times, an alchemist's lab, making wild and wondrous potions. There was a time where the Bluecoats actually controlled it, and it was a city watchtower. You've heard that in the past, it perhaps might have been some sort of an astrological study building with great astrolabes built inside to look through the light of the stars that used to be in the sky and monitor them. And that seems to be what this room was. There's a giant astrolabe sort of sitting in the middle of the room.
That's cool. Also, I just want to make note, if this was before the Cataclysm, does that mean that there is maybe like some underground tunnels from the whole thing that Chris tried to establish in the beginning?
There could be. Church was not able to find anything like that, but should
Absolutely
you guys
not.
eventually get to the ground floor, you might be able to find something like that, possibly.
We're
I went to the
currently in
tower
it,
and I
he's
was like,
Questions
completely
window.
impregnable.
Yes.
Impregnable.
Yeah. All right. You guys are on the windows, sort of higher up in this room. If you were to go through the window, you've got like rafters to walk along. There's an astrolabe in the middle, a couple of crows milling about on the ground floor. What do you guys do?
Well, we want to try and be unseen, right?
Gotta get this window open
I
first,
believe
right?
that's the best course of action.
Yeah, shit, if the doors or window's not open, then we gotta... I guess we wreck it, even though, you know,
Yeah, what
not
is quietly
violently.
Oh wait, I got a thing for that. I have the sabotage ability now, so when I wreck,
Ooh.
it's quieter than usual.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
So I'm just
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
get out a glass cutter and try to get the window open.
Dude,
perfect.
wreck quietly, my man.
I love it.
Shh, wreck in silence.
Give me a rec roll. I think this one
Rec
will
roll.
be risky.
Give you-
And yeah, because you have Saboteur, let's give this great effect. We'll do it that way.
Would be so cool.
Cutting glass. I
Wait,
forgot to
I
change
can't-
the effect. Oh, whatever.
Okay, I'm going to say we're going to do the reduced effect thing here. So you are able to cut just a one-person sized hole through this that you guys are going to be able to sneak through to try and get into this room. But if you want to get in silently, the hole is small enough that I'm going to say it's going to require a group prowl check to get in there.
Right. I got 1 in prowl.
I get 2 in prowl.
Sounds
Hold
like you're
on,
leading
I
for now.
Zero.
I've got
Oh,
one,
so by the way, I'm probably going heavy load.
Yes, by the way, sorry, yeah, that's another thing of prepping. You guys should all select what your load is.
I
I
think
forget what heavy load does. It has a penalty, doesn't it?
It's basically my memory is that you basically look like you are kitted out for war. So like if someone spots you, they
Oh, yeah.
know that you are a criminal.
I
who
mean,
is
if they
covered
spot
with
us
weapons.
anyway, they're
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
know that, right?
That's
So
the
I'm going
thing.
heavy.
Yeah. So it
It's mostly
increases
for, like,
aggro.
It's mostly for like civilian facing missions. Like you could
Right.
not infiltrate a fancy dinner party with heavy load.
Well,
We're
So
gonna
I
make
think
all our
I'm going
choices.
heavy. Why not?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not like it
Damn.
slows us down or anything.
Yeah.
Our rolls are chunkier,
I brought all the stuff.
like our physical rolls.
That's right, yeah. You're
I'll
gonna be
probably just
fat
go
rolling.
medium.
You planning on going someplace after, or
What?
if you're
Just
going
wants to
medium?
feel fast and light. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
We got the bonus. We got 2 slots of extra equipment
Yeah.
space for weapons.
Yeah,
so I don't
specifically for
weapons
weapons
and
armor.
and armor. Yep.
Great. We'll
There's
definitely
really a way
utilize
to
that.
express in the character sheets, but you know.
So
Yeah,
anyway, I
it's
think
just-
uh,
I'll just trust you if you go to 8 out of 6 or whatever.
Yeah, whatever
Hicks
the
is
number
leading the
just
roll,
minus
right?
2 if you use weapons.
Yeah, I only
Yes.
have 1, so he had the highest.
Yeah, it sounds like Hicks is leading this prowl roll.
And then we all have to
Alrighty,
roll
I-
2 to see how much
We all
stress he
just
gets, right?
roll-
exactly.
Everyone rolls prowl.
All right, prowl. Yeah. I will put myself on this, right?
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
I'm stressing him out.
2 stress.
You're going to be too stressed to push yourself.
Okay. Position.
I will say position is desperate for this.
Thank you. Effects.
Standard. Say standard effect.
Standard.
Oh, it was so
Oh
close.
boy.
Ooh, you're gonna get stressed, bud.
Why do I have 2? I don't have ranks in it.
You know, I rolled a 5 on my lose stress before. So
If you have no ranks, remember it does roll 2 because it's like
oh, right, yeah.
It's
some weird.
disadvantage.
There
Yeah.
should be like a different color.
You
so
take
I
the
know.
lowest.
Yeah, like a
It's a
purple or
different-
something.
Holy shit! What are the
Hicks,
odds? Hicks, what is your roll?
You're
There
getting
we
6
go.
stress from this.
You guys are so bad at this.
Partial
Okay.
success with 4
Okay.
stress
4.
Partial
And then 1,
success.
2, 3, 4.
and
With
2 for
4
pushing
stress.
yourself.
I went
How much
from
do you have
1
left?
stress. I went from
7.
1 stress to 7.
Jeez.
You guys, I can't manage you. I can't handle you guys.
Can't take
Yeah,
you guys
Yeah,
anywhere.
I guess
We all
Hicks is on
like
support for now.
Hicks is like
All
leading
suck.
us, and then like somebody walks by, and then he goes, "Wait, hold up," and we all domino into each other like.
This is why we never do stealth missions, is because it's all on me.
Yeah.
Vaughn forgot to put down the
I'm gonna
disc of glass he
explode.
cut out, dropped it.
Can someone have like seen us, and then we go, "I think we're gonna have to kill this guy."
I think we're going to have to kill this man.
I'm gonna tick up Crow's Patrol as a
Okay.
clock.
Cool.
And yeah, so you guys managed to sneak in through the rafters, and you're sort of skirting along them, positioning yourselves. But there's creaking, some dust is falling down. You can see down on the floor. You can't really hear what they're saying, but some of the crows are like, they see the dust. They're trying to direct each other to go, "Hey, sweep the corners." Like, that's kind of weird. Keep an eye out, stuff like that.
Shit.
All right, you guys are
No.
on the rafters above this room. As you're scanning it around, to the side, you could see a staircase that must go up to the next floor. And then, yeah, you see a few crows sort of milling about on the floor.
So we're after proof of our non-guilt, right? Our innocence?
That's correct.
And that's probably near the leader of the crows, the new leader. And she's...
Alyssa?
We need to figure out
Probably-
where she's probably hiding the
Yeah.
information.
It's
Sounds
either
like we might
in the
need
ground floor or the
interrogation.
5th floor, depending on, I guess, how stuck up she is. And how secure she thinks it is. I feel like we gotta interrogate somebody. Since
Okay.
we're, like, directly in the middle.
Okay. Sounds like, are you guys going to try to, like, drop down from the rafters and take out these guys and maybe capture one of them?
Maybe Mattias can, like, down a guy, or maybe, like, shoot a harpoon gun at somebody and, like, yoink him up Batman style.
And then ask
Ooh.
them where the trigger is. Yeah. Got
I
it.
mean, well, do you have a, like, harpoon gun type thing?
Dude, we can have anything we want.
Do I, man?
I was gonna
Do
say,
I have an
you,
unusual
Something
weapon?
like that, eh?
did you make
Um,
one perhaps in a flashback of some sort?
Oh yeah, we have the grappling hooks, but or whatever we use to get up here, right?
Yes, but
It's just
you
we
didn't
can't
make
use
any-
them again.
I mean, if you want to literally impale this guy through the chest and then manually yank up a wire, like, I mean, you could do that. Probably pretty loud and messy.
Mm,
But if you wanted to say that you made some perhaps more subtle version of this, that might take a flashback.
I use the game mechanic.
Yeah,
Mm.
no.
And I'm going to try and get you guys to do flashbacks because I think Chris is the only person who did a flashback last session.
I did one once. Yeah, we need to. make better
I'd like
use
to
of that.
flashback to last time when I did 2 flashbacks.
Oh.
All right. Well, let's.
Do it.
I wonder if I want to try something else, but all right. Yeah, I guess
You
we'll
could also try-
flashback to when we're what?
Yeah, I was going to say, you could also try something else.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was like. It's like I'm not gonna do your flashback. I'm gonna do my own damn flashback.
Yeah, tell me what it is. Let's do the
It's-
thing the game says where you discuss back and forth, you know?
I'm terrible at discussing. All right. Well, let's do the flashback where we're making the weapons, like the grappling hooks, to get on the floor, and I'm like, well, I potentially have. Let's get a little interesting. What if I had something where it was a harness on me, and I was attached to something on the second floor, and I could rappel down and rappel straight back up, just in case. So I
think
could
we
like
call that
kind of go
climbing
down,
gear.
grab them, and then, but it repels and comes like back up. It like pulls me back. It's not just like a regular rope.
A boinganator,
Okay.
yes.
This is pretty complex of a thing, and it's definitely outside your realm of expertise to make this.
Yeah, that's why I'm like discussing it with the actual inventors.
That's why I'm
Slash
I'm
inventor.
thinking- I'm wondering if maybe what we do is we say like, all right, it's 2 stress for the flashback.
Figured as
Vaughn
much.
can make the tinker roll, but you will suffer stress additionally if it is less than a perfect tinker roll. How does that
that's
sound?
fair. I was just about to ask about that.
Yeah,
Because
it's
Vaughn
fine.
can do the tinkering, but you're the one who needs this. So you get the consequences if it doesn't go perfectly well.
Right. Basically, I just want to shoot down, like grab somebody, and then it pulls me right back up, Batman style.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, it needs to pick me up though
All right. So
when I
yeah,
go down.
So you'll take 2 stress baseline and then
I already
Vaughn,
did that. Yeah.
give me a tinker roll.
And by God, it better be good.
Alright. Roll.
Oh, perfect.
Good enough.
Perfect.
You do it.
Yes, you
You're
do
doing
this.
Great.
And you actually do it so well. You actually think back. You're like, oh, you know what? I waxed the ropes that we put into the grappling hook so they wouldn't burn. I bet you if I waxed this rope, it would be extra quiet. And so you do that. And so yeah, Church, you give a hand signal to everyone else. You tell them to wait. You pull this thing out of your bag. You anchor it to the rafter. You tie it around your waist, and then you sort of shoot a glance at Vaughn, and Vaughn nods at you. He's like, "Yeah, this will definitely work." You're like, "You'd better fucking work." And
Right, and then I just kind of
as a
look
guard-
towards you guys and drop, like, backwards.
yes, and actually, you've waved Skov over to you to sort of anchor and hold the rope in case anything goes bad. But yeah, you
Mhm.
dive off. You plunge down, and all the guard is he walks around a rafter, goes out of you for a split second, like, "Whoop!" and he just does not come out from behind the rafter. You yank him up. You sort of spring, the rope basically comes down, and then a mechanism snaps, which disengages the block on a spring, which then starts rewinding rapidly and just yanking the cable up once it reaches its full extension. And you actually get launched above the rafter. It pulls you up so hard. But Skov grabs you, pins you down, and just puts his fist over the mouth of the guard that is now pinned to the rafter right next to you guys. All right. Who wants
Told you
to
it would work.
interrogate this guard?
I
Boy.
wouldn't say anything if I wanted to live. I nod to the rest of them. Oh shit! We do need you to say something, but you better not scream if you want to live. One of you better do this.
Yeah, this is probably going to be a
Nose goes.
command roll.
Actually, I'm gonna command.
Nose goes.
Nose goes.
I already made the hook.
All right, I can try it. I can command.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna ask you a question, and then I'm gonna take my hand off your mouth, and I don't want you to scream, or my friend here,
It
Hicks,
would
is
be
gonna.
a very bad idea for
Yeah.
you to scream right now. You're not in a very position to.
I'm gonna put a
Endanger
gun
yourself.
to his head.
Church puts a gun to his head. Bond puts like an electrical doohickey to his throat. Vay gives a piercing.
No. That's loud and
Don't
that's
tell me
loud.
if they-
Knife.
Okay.
We've all got knives. You're not
All right.
special.
No.
We've all got knives.
Then use them if we're trying to be quiet.
Okay. What is my?
Wait, has
position
anyone
in
here
this?
seen Leon the Professional?
I have
Yes.
Long time
Yeah,
ago.
it's the scene where he like puts the gun in the guy's mouth. He's like, "If the barrel leaves your mouth, I pull the trigger," and then he just starts walking around the apartment. The guy is just walking, sticking the gun barrel in his mouth, trying to not let it get out of it.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah. I remember that.
Anyway,
not.
sorry.
Am I risky standard? And is anybody helping me?
I'm gonna say this is desperate.
Yeah, 'cause he might yell.
Standard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll back you up
exactly.
on
If
this
this
one.
doesn't go well, he's gonna yell. Yeah.
I'm just gonna let you guys know I'm not gonna help anybody unless you really, really need it, because you're gonna traumatize me at this rate.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Is
take this one. I'll help on
you'll
that.
assist?
I'm
All right.
picking up on a lot of negative energy here.
Get out a little plier and start like bending one of his fingernails or something.
Oh yeah, nice.
All right. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question. Don't want you to scream. No matter how much he pulls back your fingernails, I want you to tell us where your leader, the new one, hangs out, where she spends most of her time and might keep most of her effects.
All right.
Perfect and brilliant.
They're so faithful. Every
Yeah.
time we interrogate
I'm gonna-
these guys.
I'm gonna level up my resolve for that desperate roll, and then take my failure.
Yes. So yeah, this guy. After you ask the question, he's like shivering. He's terrified. Vaughn is like picking at. He's like got pliers clipping, like threatening to go grab his fingernails. The guy's like, "Have you ever met Lissa? She's so stuck up. She keeps it on the top floor. Her office is up there with everything she ever needs. She never lets anyone up there. Please don't kill me, please." And he like peeks over the edge. "Oh God, please don't kill me. I don't want to." And he sort of topples over clumsily, rolls off the rafter. You lose your grip on him, and he falls to the ground.
Can
Thuds onto the floor.
Hmm.
Mm.
The rest of the guards look up to you and are like, intruders! Intruders! And they start fumbling around for guns.
Quickly now, let's move up. We need to get to the top.
Can resisting resist any consequence, or is it just stress-related consequence or harm?
Let me look that up.
Can I,
If
like,
you can resist
try to,
consequences
like-
instead of harm.
Yeah, like try to reach
Oh, well,
for him or
otherwise,
something with
I would like to do a
resolve.
flashback.
Ooh,
Try
okay.
and maybe stop him from falling over.
Flashback to 5 seconds ago when I tied something to his pinky toe.
Yeah, like
Flashback to
you
when
fucking
we were
suck.
training and I was working out
figured
and
out
I
how to
grabbed him.
ghost key someone's soul out of their body.
So, to answer your question, Chris, you can just resist a consequence.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I would like to hear what Vay would like to try and do, maybe?
I don't know. I'm just thinking of a situation that maybe could help because you fucked up.
Well, you have the ghost thing. Maybe, oh wait, that has to be a door, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I was gonna say they could go into a
you
Doctor
know-
I can
Strange
attune
portal.
and see if I can throw him through
Portal
one.
gun.
Like maybe I can
Ooh.
unlock it as he's about to fall over and he falls into that somewhere else.
That would be cool. Yeah, maybe like you
I've been
acquired.
falling for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Kinda,
You-
yeah.
Maybe you acquired an extra. You know what? I would let you say you did some scouting beforehand along with church. If you wanted to flash back to that, and you sort of through a tuning surveyed, and you're like, all right, there are doors to the ghost plane in this tower, and you were like, we're prepared to look for them. And then if you use you can do a flashback for that, and we'll see.
Yeah, definitely.
But if that succeeds, you could use your ghost key and just throw it at the floor and open up a door for this guy to fall into.
Yeet horizontally somewhere else.
Mm.
Yeah, so you want me to do like survey?
I would
For the
say
flashback?
attune. I would say
Attune,
attune,
okay.
specifically because this is ghost stuff.
Oh boy, do I want to stress myself out for this? Not really. We'll just see if anything good happens. Risky standard?
Yes, this was because this is a flashback. You're going to take
Yeah.
2 stress baseline and then give me a risky standard. Okay. I will say based on that, you guys managed to throw, like as this guy tumbles off, you react in a split second, you pull out your ghost key, you throw it at the ground, and you hear a little tick as it lands. A ghostly door shape opens in the floor and it goes, "Ah!" and he falls into it, and then disappears.
What was that noise? Guards
Don't
come
know
over.
where it went. Don't need to worry about it. Get up there and go get some stuff.
I am going to tick up Crow's Patrol because at this point these guys have heard some creaking in the rafters, and then they've heard, ah!
Must be haunted.
Quick, start singing a song. Well, no.
Yeah.
The encore.
Okay, so you guys are in the rafters. You know you need to get up to the next floor. What are we doing?
Okay, well,
Is there a lift or a staircase?
we'll take that guy's advice as gospel, in spite of my failure. But yeah, let's climb, I guess. Maybe we can go ascend through the rafters. Like is this the Metroidvania area that is a big, difficult to climb tower filled with enemies?
Yeah, there's little Medusa heads like flying sideways as you guys are moving
Oh,
through.
right,
it.
yeah.
Little
There's clock
bugs.
gears.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
crows like statues.
It's actually
that
it's
move.
instead of Medusa heads, it's little crows that are just bobbing up and down as they go left and right across your screen.
I don't know
Right.
this one.
I'll take up some climbing gear.
Find
Maybe-
a vent or something.
Yeah, I would
Unload.
say. Well, you guys have seen a staircase, and you can get
Alright.
there from the rafters. It's just a little bit of a jump. Scov's right though. If you guys say perhaps you brought some climbing gear, I wouldn't even ask for a roll. If you guys all say you brought climbing gear, you can get across.
Yeah,
to the
so
doors.
everybody just ticks off.
Resources
Climbing gear.
managed.
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me. Climbing gear is 2 pips. Wow.
Takes a lot.
Big.
Oh, is that
Why
what that
we-
means?
So we're rolling heavy.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right, nice. You guys make it up to the 4th floor, and you guys now enter a new area. And this one, you peek your way up the stairs, and you see across the other side of the room there is another sort of group of crows sort of chit-chatting, not really doing much. This room looks very different than the floor that you were in previously. This looks like some kind of old abandoned laboratory. There's tables with various beakers and strange metallic things on them. There's shelves lining the walls with some of them just have books in them. Some have strange bottles. There's also strange bottles and flasks lining all the tables. The sort of center walkway is just from one set of stairs on one side of the room to the other set of stairs on the other. It seemed pretty well trodden, but all the tables just have a thick layer of dust, especially all these potion bottles have like thick layers of dust on them. Seems like nobody's really touched them for whatever reason, but people have traversed through this room pretty readily. Yeah, you see the stairs on the other side of the room. What do you guys do?
I want to take shit, but that's just me.
Rifle through shit.
It's awfully
This stuff,
quiet up here.
does it look like it's been used recently?
No, it's pretty much everything you see on these tables has just a layer of dust on it. Like nobody has touched it for years.
And, I'm sorry, did you say anybody was here currently?
Yeah, on the other side of the room at the stairs next up to the next level, there's a group of crows sort of like chit-chatting with each other, slacking off on their shift. They're probably the ones who have been walking this path from one side of the room to the other, making sure that nobody's coming up, but they're all hanging out at the other stairs.
Hey, Vay, or Hicks, or one of you, maybe you could conjure some sort of spirit to lure them away. Or scare them away, I don't know.
Do we want to bring... I mean, could lure. Could also throw something small so they hear a noise and just go after it.
But if it was spooky, it'd be cooler, so...
It could be cooler. It would mean that I could throw something. I could put a shade on.
No. We can use a ghost. I'll see if there's anyone around. Maybe they can help us out. Might take some heat off our back from the rest of them and thinking that there's noise around and it's us.
How
Yeah.
many are there?
There are, let's say, 4 crows on the other side of the room.
4 crows? That's practically a murder.
I would like to note, if I'm doing this, I get to look through all that glorious stuff on the wall right there.
Yeah, go ahead.
And you're carrying it.
That's why we're
Oh,
here.
you said look through.
Well, I'm gonna take something.
I believe we're taking the evidence of
Sure. Yeah. Priorities.
that
I'm
excommunication.
just saying.
I don't know, I could use a spare alembic.
Anyway, ghost time.
Nice.
All right.
I'm calling
You are
ghosts.
trying to summon
Go
a ghost
ghosts.
to distract these guys, sounds like?
Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
what the plan is.
Using our
Okay.
patented Fenton Ghostolator.
Yeah, so this is probably, let's see, what are your abilities?
Well, I have compel, so I can attune to get a ghost field, or to the ghost field to find someone nearby, and they just have to obey a command I give.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is another mechanism that I haven't really been doing a lot, is technically, like, literally seeing a ghost has a risk of just freezing you on the spot with how terrifying it is.
Mhm.
It's got fear stuff.
But not for whispers.
Yeah, because it says it can scare you guys too.
Yeah, exactly. But maybe we'll bring that up if it makes sense. The rest of you will not be terrified by this, but I will say, yeah, because you have that ability, you can do it, Faye. This will be a desperate roll,
Okay.
but I will say you get great effect because you are particularly good at finding like the scariest ghost, the most vengeful ghost in this area to summon up.
It's
I feel
just
like
for
people
luck.
would just be scared of a normal person anyway. Just like, I don't know, undead brides singing, going down the
Ghost
stairs.
of
That's
Elton
pretty
John.
fucking creepy.
Hurry back.
Right.
Yeah.
Place has a lot of history.
Anyway.
You can pick up anything you want.
Right, we'll see who's here. So, Desperate Standard?
Yeah, desperate. Give me a desperate great attune roll, but it's actually going to be desperate standard because, oh no, you healed your thing. So yeah, desperate
Yeah.
great.
Hey, can you connect me to the nearest ghost, please? Sure, please hold.
Hello?
We have
Okay.
Annabelle on line 2.
Yeah. By the way, make sure you take your experience for the desperate roll.
Yes.
And yeah, we are going to tick up Crow's patrol. Yeah, you summon this ghost, and you're right, Allie. It is a dead bride. Perhaps at some point this tower was a location of matrimony ceremonies of some sort. This bride in a sort of ethereal whitish blue gown shows up, little arcs of electricity sparking off of her, and her stomach is just red. There's just a giant red
Mhm.
stain on her, and she's holding a knife in one hand, and she turns to this group and just starts hovering towards them, knife in hand, wailing. One of them just jumps out of a window. He just jumps out of the tower. He's just
Yeah.
gone.
Husband must have had cold feet.
Yeah,
She got upset.
That's right.
Ghost.
Yeah, we know the Halloween decoration noise.
Sorry. I tried doing it quietly.
Yeah. And she follows after him and gets distracted by another one who actually starts like edging around the side of the room, basically, as she follows him. And he goes down the stairs you guys just came down. He doesn't even see you there, and the ghost follows him down. As they're seeing the ghost do this, their eyes scan the room, and as they get to the stairs where the ghost chases this guy down, they see you. And they go, wait a minute, you're not crows? And one of them looks around panickedly, and he grabs a bottle on one of the tables and hucks it over at you guys. And I'm going to roll a dice.
No.
I tried.
Yeah, well, you only partially succeeded.
Excuse me? That's not a
I
D6.
succeeded in crashing my.
Hey, those are
interface
illegal
somehow.
in this game.
Yeah.
Foundry
Also-
just shut the entire window down. That's weird.
Ghost just
Okay.
knocked over my backpack.
He grabs this potion and hucks it over to you guys, and it shatters at the ground near your feet. And it sort of spreads, and it's this like bluish, slightly glowing mist on the floor. And it doesn't seem to have any effect.
That's good.
Yeah, it
What do you
doesn't
do?
seem to have. All right, can I just whip out the fine long rifle
Yes.
that I brought with me, but I also accustomed it. I don't know if this is a thing. Like I customed it with like a giant silencer on it. Potentially, I don't know if that's like in the realm of.
If you want to say you did that, I would say that's going to be a flashback, and you're going to have to make a tinker roll to try and fit one onto it. And I would maybe say this is like a prototype, because if you want to actually do that, that would probably be like a project you'd have to do on the side.
Yeah, right.
Maybe it'll
Because it's not
work
because
once-
silencers for guns are not like a common.
You know what? Let me back up on that, and let's just go with find a pair of
Do
pistols.
crossbows exist?
Good question. I mean, there's unusual weapons.
I mean, yeah, an unusual weapon.
Yeah, can I try that as an unusual weapon and have it be like a hand crossbow?
So an unusual weapon, if you mouse over, is a curiosity or tool turned into a weapon. A whip, a flail, a hatchet, a shovel, a length of chain, a razor-edged fan, steel-toe
Alright.
boots. Like
Actually
that's what
can't
an
hover
unusual
over it.
weapon
It's
is.
more like
It's an
improvised
unusual weapon. Right. All right, you know what? How about we just go to the third option, a blade or two, and I try to just throw the blade into his throat.
Okay, this
Classic.
will
Throwing
be
knives.
sure. This will be a I'm gonna say this is a finesse roll.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we're gonna give
yeah,
a
probably.
make this a finesse roll and a this will just be standard, and this is going to be reduced effect, so lesser effect.
All right, well, I'll push myself.
Okay.
Do plus 1d. What'd you say? Risky reduced?
Yeah, risky,
Limited?
lesser, yeah, limited effect. Yeah, because this is a
Sure.
this is like across a room. Okay. You yeah, you
Yeah, all right.
you pull out a knife, you throw it across to this guy, and it sticks in one of these guards' chests, and he sort of stumbles down to the ground. But as he's stumbling down, the gun he was pulling out of his pocket fires
goes
into
off.
the air.
Yeah.
Yes. And as this happens, you guys start hearing shouts from the lower floor, the guards that you guys snuck past, like, hey, and you start hearing footsteps from the lower floor, potentially coming up the stairs. Something you note, Church, is it's a little bit curious, but when you went to reach into your jacket to get the knife and throw it, no noise came out. Like, no, your clothes didn't rustle. There was no sound when you went. and grabbed the knife and threw it at this guy. You heard him go and like fall on the ground, but when you went to pull the knife out, no sound occurred.
Okay. Do I hear
Someone
anything
else.
else? Well, yeah,
Yeah,
somebody else.
you.
But I'm
So
just-
yeah, right now you don't hear anything.
I don't
at
even
all.
hear anything else from like our companions, like the rest of the crew that's right next to me.
No, it's weird. You were only hearing things like from potentially coming down the stairs from another room and this guy falling over at the other side of the room. You can't really hear any shuffling or breathing
And-
or like sounds from everyone else.
Am
around
I
you.
standing in the blue mist?
That's correct. You are all standing in the
Okay.
blue mist.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, I don't know.
They-
Somebody else can do something, but I wasn't sure if I could like try to signal that somehow.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, do you try and say something?
Yeah, I just go to whoever's closest to me, be like, I believe we are in a silencing field.
Yeah, well, you move your lips to do that, and nothing comes out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's point taken.
Vey, what do you do?
Observe. At least real quick.
You were the one who wanted to grab the
Hmm.
potions and grab the books.
I did. So honestly, I probably wouldn't be paying too much attention if it was just really quiet. That means I get more
Yeah.
time to look around shit, and I
Out
don't
loud are
care.
her eternal thoughts.
Okay. Well, does someone
Fuck
else
the
want to do
effects of
something
this
then?
potion. I'm gonna go look at the potions. Anyway,
Yes.
I'm gonna, I guess, look to make sure there aren't anybody alerted by the guard.
Oh, sure. Like,
Fucking-
go to the stairs, like where it sounds like people are.
Yeah. Not
Yeah,
like a
no.
prowl or a survey.
I would say you don't even need a roll. You
Okay.
go. You can like move over to the stairs. As you step out of the blue mist, as you get towards the stairs, you start to hear your own footsteps again, and you can definitely hear people saying stuff downstairs, and like you even hear some footsteps that sound like they're coming up the stairs. There will probably be people trying to come up these if they don't get stopped from doing so soon.
Shit. I'm gonna try and maybe wreck the door, or
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, there's like tables nearby. If you wanted to use a rec roll to like block the stairs, you could totally do that.
That's true. Trying to see if there's anything like worthy that I could pull out in my load, or just grab something. I'm gonna break off the leg of a table and then shove it through the door handle.
Oh, you know what? Actually, so here's the thing. This is a this stairwell. Like, there's no door to it. It's
Okay.
just the stairs come up into the room. But, well, how much stress do you have? Am I asking too much? Not necessarily. I was gonna say, you could like, through a feat of superhuman strength, grab like an entire bookcase and just shove it into the stairway and block it.
Hmm.
Isn't that a thing that you can do, being
Yeah.
like your class?
I don't know if
this feat of supernatural strength.
I can do that.
However,
Once-
you could also just like, push a table in probably with the help of someone else. You don't have to necessarily use your thing. I was just trying to talk about it.
No, I think it's a good idea. I was checking to make sure I could use it multiple times. I think I can use it multiple times, as
Mhm.
long as I push myself.
Correct. Yep.
I'll push myself, and I'm gonna try and... Is this still wreck? Because I'm trying to make something not functional.
Oops, sorry. Yes, I think this is, I would say this is wreck. Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna push myself for +1 die. Risky standard? Control
Yeah, actually, I'm
or-
going to say this is risky great because this is such a huge object that you're trying to block
Okay,
the
so-
stairs with.
Yeah, because of my feat of strength, it'll have greater effect.
Yeah, I'm going to say that. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Nice.
Don't skip feet day.
Nice. All right.
Partially
Uh,
successful.
Yeah. I'm going to say,
Just standard effect. Maybe I push it
Yeah,
onto its
that's-
side.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah. You grab a whole bookcase and you like, maybe you stick your crowbar into it to pry it off the wall. The nails ping, 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 pop off from where it was anchored. You tip it over and then just slide it down the stairs and it goes and then slams at the spot where the stairs switch back. And yeah, that is a heavy ass bookcase that is on an incline that people are going to be coming from the bottom trying to dislodge. It is definitely going to take a while for them to get through it, but it is not impossible to get through.
I don't
Is that all the
suppose we
books I was
can
looking
explain that away with a ghost again, can we?
I
Also,
think we
they
could, honestly.
also
What
they
else could
yes,
hear
this
but
is
still
you were
the gas?
literally
Yeah.
yes. Everyone
Looking
is
through
in the
that
gas.
in silence, I'm looking at books. Skav goes over and just pushes the bookcase out of my hand as I reach for the thing. Anything.
You're reaching for a book, and Skov slams his crowbar into the bookcase, pries it off the wall, and slides it down the stairs.
The daggers. Dagger
Time
look.
for nerd stuff.
There are still 2 crows at the other side of the room. Hicks, Vond. What do you do? Either one of you.
Yeah, let's take care of these bastards. And it seems to be quiet in this room, right? Or at least what
It's
we
certainly
can
quiet
see.
right where you guys are. There's
Huh.
this blue mist clinging to the ground, and it seems like within the space of this mist, no sound is occurring whatsoever.
That's very convenient that I have this gun then.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. Just realized that. Fuck them up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna well actually what I want to try and do is, so there's like this purple stuff on the ground.
Mhm.
I just want to
Mist.
kind of like, yeah, oh, it's the mist. Okay.
Yeah. It's like the potion sort of immediately evaporated where it scattered into this mist. And wherever the mist is on the ground, it seems there is no sound occurring.
Great. Okay. Well, I'm going to start putting some shots in at those guys then.
Perfect. I would say give me a skirmish roll, and this will just be a risky standard.
Classic risky standard.
Yeah, you'll be able to shoot again if you want. All that jazz.
Shit. Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Risky
Nice.
standard.
That's what we wanted.
You. Okay. All right. Okay. You you start shooting at these guys, and your shots aren't landing. A couple of them pull out pistols as well, and they start shooting back at you. You go to duck behind a table to take cover. One of their bullets strikes a potion that is on that table, and it splashes over your shoulders, and you feel it. And it's like kind of like it's like a what do I think? It's like disinfectant, like alcohol. Basically, it feels like cold when it hits you, and then it immediately goes away. And it sort of splashes over your shoulders and the back of your neck, and you shiver a little bit. You're like, "Whoa, this is weird." And then you notice that you're slowly drifting upward. Your feet are no longer touching the ground. You're like grasping at the table to try and anchor yourself, but you just start floating up into the air.
Not again.
And Hicks is now floating in midair as these guys have their guns trained on him. He can't do anything. He's just floating in the air after he's been splashed with this potion.
Ah, they said it's a
Place
low
is
gravity
awesome.
on
You can
this
come back here later.
deathmatch level. All right.
Vond, you have not made a roll yet. What do you do?
Save me.
Save him.
Save him by killing the crows so we don't get shot
Yeah.
out of the air.
Skav, you wanted to say something.
I did. I realized that my tummy laceration actually gives me lesser effect, so I think that bookcase might have had limited effect.
Oh, okay. All right. I will here, why don't I do this? I will restart the crow's patrol clock then, where you might get another man, it didn't take. All right. Crow's patrol.
Crow reset.
All right. I'm going to restart this clock, and those guys will eventually break. Instead of just being totally cut off, they might actually break through the bookcase at some point now. Okay, going back to Vond.
All right. Still got 2 crows. They didn't really go down, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, let's go for some more shooting with pistols. So we got this nice silence cloud.
Yeah.
Got 1 rank at skirmish. It's gonna be great. Standard go. 2 poop.
Okay.
We're the best around.
Why did I even bring this?
All right. I am going to say that you go to take shots at them and you can't land any, and you similarly take cover over a table. But before you do that, seeing what happened to Hicks, you sort of take your arm and you sweep all the potions off the side of it before you tip it over and hide behind it. And you see a bunch of various vapors and sparks and reactions happening, but nothing bad happens when you sweep them off and hide behind the table. You have lost the opportunity to shoot back at these guys. I will say someone else is going to have to try and do something. Why don't we go back to church?
Oh yeah, me.
Yeah.
You like
All
shooting
right,
people?
so I noticed just we're trying to shoot him and failing miserably.
That's
Yeah.
correct. Yes.
What happened to Hicks? I just
Hicks
wasn't there for that.
he went to go take cover behind a table when he started shooting at them, and the baddies shot a potion that was on that table. It splashed onto Hicks, and now he is floating in midair.
All right, cool. I'm gonna just take out since I'm in a blue mist of silence, take out my fine long rifle, and then I'm just gonna fire at him.
The boomstick.
Yeah, perfect.
One of
So
them.
you are going to have increased effect. So I'll say this is risky great effect because
Risky
you have a
great.
fine rifle, and this is skirmish.
Okay, skirmish.
That's fine.
Risky great. Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Headshot.
Wow.
Yeah, I am going to say because you do it with great effect, you actually just air hole both of them in 2 shots. Just, or actually, because is it a bolt action?
Might be.
Yes.
It's a long rifle. Yeah, so you do the
Yeah.
ching, ching. Yeah, you do the Scout M1000. There's a little ping as it ejects the shells, and they scatter on the floor.
Yeah, I'm great when I'm not on Dream Smoke.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, these 2 guys are down. Hicks is still floating in midair.
And I'm
Does
up.
anyone want to try and do something
That's
about that?
quite
Well-
unusual.
I'm gonna climb up there with my crowbar and grab onto his foot and try and pull him down.
Okay, yeah, you can definitely do that. You can pull him down. As soon as you let go of him, he starts floating back up again.
All right.
I'm a balloon, guys.
How much lift does he have? Could we like ride him?
Ride
He
me.
does not. It's actually interesting. It's so Hicks, if you try and basically totally relax, you can stay in place. But if you try and like do anything where you push off the ground at all, like you're normally standing, you start getting pushed up into the air. It's almost like you have like 0 weight. Like you are totally neutral in weight. Any amount of force you exert on anything just pushes you in that direction.
There is no spoon.
So once Skav has pulled you down, he can like keep a hand on you and sort of escort you over. But yeah, you are just getting sort of.
Can I
You
just
are basically
tie
weightless.
something heavy to him, or would that become weightless?
You can try that, yeah. If you grab something with a decent amount of weight, what do you grab?
Here, Hicks, hold this, and I'm gonna pick up a nearby. Shit, what's heavy but not too heavy?
Bit of piping? I don't know.
Large tome?
Chair?
maybe?
A big crate. Big old crate. Here, hold this.
Cube.
Okay. It occupies both his hands, but it does put him on the ground. Hicks can now
Alright.
walk as long as he's holding this crate.
Just me, just a boy in his crate.
All right. I just remembered that there's a thing for this.
Oh.
Yeah, there
called
is.
Alkahest. And
That's
it's a
correct.
chemical ingredient I can make. So
That's right. You can just choose to have it because I believe Alkahest is
it's a low
tier 3. So you know what? Why don't you give me a just give me a fortune tinker roll, Vond, and I might ask for like a coin from you, if you have any, or maybe I'll ask for a different thing, just because for you to have attained this and put it into your bandolier.
Couple 5s.
That's good enough. Yeah, you have some Alkahest, and you recognize this. This is something you've only heard of a little bit because it's not an established formula, but you've heard of people making it, and they call it drift oil. It is a sort of potion that, when splashed onto something, it makes it totally weightless for 1 hour. So that must have been what was in that bottle that got shattered. But yes, you pull a little vial of Alkahest out of your bandolier, and you sprinkle it onto Hicks. And Alkahest is a formulation that stops all alchemical or arcane effects on something. And yeah, Hicks, you now hit the ground. You stumble a little bit because you're holding a heavy crate.
Well, I drop it, but it doesn't make any noise.
That's correct. Yeah, you drop it while you're in the mist. It makes no noise. Yep,
He found
So,
a
yeah.
missed opportunity.
that's right. Yeah,
eyedropper
all-
some shit on him.
You can
and-
leave.
There you go.
No more.
All the guards in this room are done. There's a bookcase blocking the stairs that the crows are working on breaking their way through, and you guys have access to the 5th floor. I'm going to step out real quick to get some water, but then I will. You guys, if you want to do anything else in this room, if you have like maybe a few minutes. I know Vay maybe wanted to grab some books.
I did.
But yeah.
Some light reading.
I vote Vay grabs some books. Vaughn grabs some chemicals, maybe, see if we can find anything useful. And then we
We just check it later.
We just continue our way up. Well, we're being pursued. We
That's
bought
why it's grab a few things and then check them later.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Well, I didn't know if maybe he could
Snatch
survey
random
and
shit.
just find something labeled acid or something.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I have 1 rank in survey, so it's gonna be pretty bad, but I could
But
grab
I
it
would
on my
love
end.
to be able to have.
It beats inventing a thing and trying to flash back to do it if there's a bunch of chemicals
Pounding
already
through
here.
my carrying capacity already. I'm already at 6 because I used wrecking tools earlier.
I mean, I can also survey as well if you want to assist me, and I can look through some stuff, or vice versa, look through, whatever stuff you're looking through.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
So we're both just scurrying around trying to grab whatever we can while we're going upstairs.
Yeah, and once we get upstairs, we'll probably have to block our way.
Maybe we
back
can get a
again.
room survey or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
We could. Could do a
Who do
group
we want to
survey.
stress out is the thing.
Not me. I got 2
Not
left.
me.
Got 4 chips left, so I might be the least stressed here.
I got 2 chips left.
Yeah, I'm at 4 left.
So I don't
I'm
know
gonna
if we
get
want to
more
do a
water as
group
well,
or
so
just
I'll better
like.
be.
Is a group necessary, actually?
Probably not.
All right, I'm back.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay, so we want to quickly grab some shit and then run up to the next floor. So I don't know.
Okay.
Gotta check for that.
Let's say the person
Survey?
most qualified to look for things is probably Vay. So yeah, why don't you give me a just give me a survey roll, Vay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can I get assist from Vaughn if he's also kind of looking at some bottles?
Definitely.
Okay.
You can definitely
Sure.
do that.
I'll hit you with stress.
Geek. Risky standard?
Yeah, just give me a risky standard. This is, I think, mostly a fortune roll because you don't really have any danger presenting you right now. It's just ticking up the clock, which I will do. I will tick up the Crow Patrol clock. And yeah, so you find, I will say, Vond, you get a bottle of. Ooh, what do I want to give you? I will give you a like a single vial, basically. Like you find some bottles, and you can tell that some of it is sort of like calcified on the outside, and you tip them open to try and get as much of the actual active liquid out as you can, and you get about a vial worth of eye blind.
Nice.
You get a vial of eye blind, and you get a viper potion.
Turns you into a viper.
That might be useful. You can all become snakes.
Yeah, and you get one use of each of those. All right.
Nice.
And then if you want to try and know what they do, I will maybe just ask for a fortune roll before you use them, because you don't really know what these do. You just saw
Yeah,
those
becomes
labeled
something
in
galore.
non-Eruvian languages on the bottles. And then Vay, I'll say you grab 2 large tomes, and we'll figure out later what's in those tomes.
Perfect.
Okay.
We got a
Yeah, you guys get schmoovin' up to the 5th floor.
Boy, I hope she's actually up here.
Yeah, you guys climb up to the 5th floor. And as you come up through, it's quiet. It's a dimly lit, it's a large floor. It's smaller than the one below. You know, the tower gets smaller as it goes up. On the far side, away from the stairs, it's a similar entrance where the stairs come up and there's just railings around them. There's not really a door into it. It's just an open entrance. And across the other side of the room, You can see a desk, some shelves, some cabinets. It looks like somewhere someone might like write, and there's a large window behind them where they can look out onto the rest of the city. And around the edges, there's some sconces with torches burning on them. And who is at the front?
I can lead the way. Be a
Okay.
tank.
Yeah, Skav is leading the way. What you notice first, Skav, as you're walking in, is the floor is really wet. It's like really wet. There's like puddles everywhere, like almost ankle deep in some spots because the floor is rather uneven stone. And as you're approaching, the sconces don't really give a lot of light towards the center of the room, but you can see a humanoid figure on the other side. And as you guys approach and step in these puddles and make some slight splashes, the humanoid figure that's standing sort of perks up and turns back towards you. It says, Lissa, is that you?
Absolutely.
I
The
believe
figure,
Faye would have been more fitted for that.
Well,
The
she didn't say
figure-
anything. Oh, she said
the
be on
figure
the bathroom.
turns. Well, we will do this introduction sans Vey then. So yeah, the figure turns and faces over like towards you guys. It says, "Oh, so you're not Lissa? Oh, I do hope you're intruders. She did task me with protecting this room." And as they sort of are walking forward through the water, you notice there's no splashing noises as they're walking forward. They eventually come into the light of these sconces, and it is a humanoid, but they have fins sticking out from the side of their head. They aren't wearing any clothing. They just have scales and fins sticking out from the sides of their body, and their eyes, their face looks like a sort of eel's head as they are waltzing across these puddles to you.
Ooh.
On your guard, folks. It's a stinking Tycherosi.
We got a
I
shape of water
hate-
thing going on here.
I hate Tycherosians.
Yes, as this entity waltzes towards you, they spread their arms. They're like, "Oh, it's been so long since I've gotten to exact my work. Oh, don't worry. Don't hesitate on my behalf. You're more than welcome to scream. Let's get started." He takes a step forward and falls forward and disappears into one of the puddles, and they're gone.
No! Harrison has created the amnesia monster.
I will say Hicks and Matthias. From the edges of the puddles near you, tentacles lash out and grab at your legs and start to drag you to the ground. And up at the front, Skav, a hand reaches up from the puddle, and this thing starts to pull itself out of the puddle and try to drag you down into what shouldn't be deep water, but you can feel yourself being pulled down into this puddle.
Ugh.
What do you do?
Well, I guess I didn't check it off with my load, but I guess I have my crowbar.
Yeah.
Presumably. And
Yes.
I'm gonna try and use that to grab onto wherever this puddle ends, like where there's solid ground, maybe, unless there's something nearby, like the desk. Actually, I probably wouldn't be near there. I'd probably be near the door, right?
Yeah. Like near the railings for the staircase.
I grab onto the baseboard of the stone baseboard of this tower.
Yeah. So are you grabbing onto that with your crowbar, or are you
Yeah,
grabbing
yeah.
with your hand and sort of hitting at this thing with the crowbar?
No, I'm grabbing it with the crowbar.
Okay.
And
Let's say this is probably a prowess roll then.
okay.
Or just or skirmish, I'd say, because you're trying to do something in close combat. You're trying to wrest yourself from the grip of this thing.
All right. I'll do that. Risky stando.
Yeah, give me a risky standard.
Hey, partial.
Okay. I will say that you are able to wrest yourself from this thing's grip, and when you do, it's sort of the fish-like face emerges from the puddle as you wrest yourself from its arm, and it wags a finger at you and says, "Don't make this too difficult," and it disappears back into the puddle. And the tentacles continue to drag Matthias and Hicks down into the puddles. What do you guys do?
think it's time to make this difficult.
Yeah, I think you should.
So I'm gonna whip out a Demon Bane charm because I'm assuming that might be helpful in this situation.
That sounds good to me.
And I'm gonna use it as like a cross to a vampire or like silver or something, and just like slam it into the tentacles wrapped around my leg.
Yeah,
Like,
they hate
perfect.
right angles.
Yeah. Give me a great effect risky roll, please.
For what?
Attune. Sorry. Because you're going to be taking this charm and sort of channeling spiritual energy through it.
Risky, great.
All right.
Perfect.
Sure does.
The sea demon Ixis shrieks and screams. You hear it coming from all around the room as the tentacles sort of retract, and they actually they disconnect from Matthias as well, and this thing sort of ejects from one of the puddles, leaping out, landing on all fours and just hissing and shrieking at you, and then it starts sprinting forward.
I got this.
Matthias, Vey, or Vond, what do you do?
Hey,
Alright,
we're
well,
fighting a sea demon.
Yes, a demon of
Great.
the sea, Ixis.
On the top floor.
Yes, there's a 1-inch deep puddle of water covering the
Step
entire
on it.
ground, and they are somehow descended inside of it, and tentacles are coming out and attacking us.
Summoned.
All right, can I?
I've got Hicks right here. He's a hunter, so I'm just gonna rely on him.
Okay, well, Vey walks
Well,
to
he
the
just
side
went.
and sits down.
I'll figure it out. Let somebody else go first.
Yeah, I can take out. Well, I already have the long rifle out,
Mhm.
but I also have access to this. Against physical electroplasmic ammunition.
Yes, you're experienced with potentially hunting ghosts, and you know the electroplasmic ammunition is really good against them. I mean, you've never gone face to face with a demon, but you cross your fingers.
Right. All right. So I'll use that, and I'll just fire at him.
Yeah. So normally you would have limited effect trying to shoot a demon with regular bullets. I will say you have
Mhm.
standard effect now.
Okay, that's skirmish, right?
Yeah, and this will just be a
Alright.
risky standard skirmish against him.
All right, I'll push myself. Get another die out of it. Risky standard. Go.
Mhm.
All right.
Excellent. Yes, this demon is like running towards you guys. In a flash, Matthias pulls out a small handful of sort of glowing light blue. They're like bullets with a little light blue payload on the tip. Loads them into the gun, cocks it, drops the hammer, and just poo, poo, poo. And when they strike this sort of on all fours sprinting at you fish demon, you see splashes of ectoplasm coming off its shoulders and its legs. It veers offside and skids to a stop, hisses at you, and then dives into the puddle and disappears. It rears up and begins lashing at Vey. I will tick this forward from that. Vey, what do? You are being assaulted by a demon.
I'm gonna try and shoot it with a gun.
I love that.
Gun.
Gun. Actually, so skirmish.
Yes, this would be skirmish, and if you're going to shoot it with a pistol, this will be limited effect because it's a demon. Okay.
So-
Yeah, you all right, let's
I have the least amount of flesh on my bones. Please chew on someone else's arm.
let's make,
He
I'm going
likes
to
the calcium.
rename this clock actually.
It goes for the
Who
weak
cares
and
about the
frail because it
crows?
knows it can kill it.
That's some demon activity, you know.
Hey, could
So
I do a setup flashback? I don't have a lot of stress left, so I'm wondering if I could maybe do a 1 stress thing to set somebody else to flashback.
if it's an easy enough thing, we can, but I'll describe in a sec.
Okay. Sure.
What happens is this demon lashes up out of the puddle and starts clawing at Vey's legs. What kind of a gun do you have, Vey? Is it like a little pepper box, a little holdout pistol?
A good one.
Probably like a little pepper box pistol.
Yeah. You pull that out and you sort of desperately fire it at this thing, and what everyone else sees is they see you point this pistol at this thing like point blank to its forehead and pull the trigger, and there's just sparks. They just hear ping, 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 and it's totally unfazed. It
Great.
grabs your legs and drags you into the puddle. You are underwater, and you begin drowning.
Oh, it's not ideal.
Vey
No.
is being drowned underwater in this puddle by the sea demon Ixis.
Now, is this
Who-
actually a puddle, or is this like pocket space puddle?
I mean, this is so you in the split second where you saw this demon occur, you sort of irrationally tried to shoot it with a gun, even though you know better than that. You
Yeah.
remember that demons have the ability to sort of transit and disappear through whatever their element is. So because this is some sort of a water demon, it can just like if it dives into a puddle, it can show up anywhere else in the world in any other body of water. It can just pop from one to the other.
Have a reaction to this because I have bodyguard,
Yeah.
so I can try to
Yeah.
yell for Vey and then run towards them,
Yeah.
pulling them out of the puddle.
I love that. You should do that.
All right, I'm gonna protect them, which means I take +1 die to my resistance roll, and I assume I suffer the threats or the consequences.
That would be true, yeah. So why don't you do a what kind of roll is it for this? It's still probably a prowess resist, for being honest, because this is it trying to physically drag you in.
It's trying to physically drag us in. I'm trying to run through water. I'm trying to grab onto a slippery, wet Vey. It's prowess.
Yeah.
All right, so I just
a prowess resist with +2 or +1 dice.
+1 die from bodyguard.
Yeah. So this is going to be like a 5 dice prowess resist. Yeah. Show me the money.
The money.
Excellent. You take no stress for this. Describe what you do.
I run over, splashing on the ground with my heavy feet. I'm gonna skid along the ground, using my crowbar to try and like grab onto the floor, like wedging the hook end as it scrapes along, splashing water nearby, and I grab for Vey and I try to pull us out.
Excellent. You do that. You yank Vey out, and you yourself, you're like shoulder deep in this puddle, hanging onto the edge of the stone, and you kick down and you feel your foot hit something and you hear a crunch, and then you pull yourself out of the puddle onto the water. And as you do so, your like foot splashes back down and it just lands 1 inch deep in the puddle, just sort of like not falling through at all.
I earlier had an idea for a setup for a flashback. I was wondering if maybe I could try and have stumbled upon rumors that there was a demon protecting their stronghold, and maybe somebody else could flash back to get special bullets or something, like for everybody.
I was thinking something like that too.
Vaughn has not made a role in this fight yet, so absolutely you could have like tried to set him up. So you could we could treat it like you improving his flashback roll, basically.
Okay, yeah, like giving him an assist or something in it.
Yeah.
Okay, I could also just do that. Maybe say that I, since I'm a dock worker and this is a sea demon, maybe I overheard that there was something related to the crows and demon stuffs.
It's like a colloquialism, maybe that only people who like are out in the sea kind of know, as far as like a nickname for the demon. You're like, oh.
Yeah. No, like you like talk to the other guys, and they're like, oh, there's a storm on the horizon. This ain't no natural storm, something like that.
Maybe
Perfect.
we should do something with this. I'll let Vaughn know. Maybe they can cook something up.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't always just carry electroplastic ammunition.
That's
Yeah.
heavy.
Vaughn, why don't you give me we'll do a tinker roll. I don't know. Were you going to say something else, or?
Is the flashback, is this a 2 stress to start?
I think I'm going to say this is a 1 stress flashback because it's pretty likely that you were able to get something.
We'll try that tinker.
Yeah. Start with 1 stress and then give me a tinker.
Risky standard?
Yeah. We'll just do risky standard. Yeah.
So does that count as Scott volunteering to help, or?
I think.
Yeah,
I think I assisted.
Yep. You'll get 1 extra dice.
Do it up.
Do the roll.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Jesus.
That's a
All
lot of bread.
I am going to say
So much for that flashback.
Yikes.
I am gonna say you go shopping around and you find a vendor who's willing to sell you for a fair bit a thing that is supposed to be good against demons, a black salt bomb, and you take him up on it. You just grab it, and so in this moment you're like, I know how I'm gonna beat this demon. I've got a black salt bomb, and you take it out of your bandolier. You go and throw it, and you pull the pin and throw it out. Or you wait for a second. You wait to see him jump out from the puddle, sort of leaping towards you, and you throw the black salt bomb. It explodes and scatters, and the walls and all of the floors get covered in a thin layer of black salt. And it does nothing. This demon leaps out of the water and pins you to the ground and has sharp claws ready to slice your throat. And it says to you, "Black salt, it's for ghosts, you fool." And then the demon turns to Hicks and says, "Oh, you're the one who spoke to the storm, the song of my people. Do you care for this one?" And then he raises his arm about to slash Vaughn's throat. What do you do?
Yeah.
next?
Don't do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I do.
Don't-
Just
Yeah.
don't do
No.
that.
In fact, let me give you some incentive. I'm going to
Double
try
tower
to. No, let's see here. He's not a ghost, so I can't use the black salt that I also have. No.
You can see the black salt bomb go off. You're like, ooh.
As I like grab Vey out of the puddle, I like lean back to Vaughn and Hicks. The black salt bomb now!
Yes.
Yeah.
But you didn't consult with us at all in this one?
I figured Hicks had a handle.
Yeah, you figured. Okay. This is one thing I can do. I got the just let me know if this is how I think it works. So I have warded, which makes me expend special armor
Mhm.
to resist supernatural consequences or push myself when you deal with arcane forces.
Yeah.
So instead of pushing myself, which would traumatize me,
Mhm.
I can
You
expend.
can expend your special armor instead, and you still get the benefits of pushing yourself. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm good. And also, so to use my Tempest ability, I have to push myself. Would
Mhm.
that go together?
Yeah, these can combine. If you're going to
Okay.
use the Tempest ability to summon a lightning to deal with this supernatural foe, you can use warded to, instead of gaining stress, use a special armor.
Excellent. Okay, I am a whisper on a Leviathan hunting ship, or I was previously. So dealing with tentacle fuckers like this is my specialty, and you just zap the fuck out of them and fry the hell out of them. So I will mark my special armor and push myself to do a Tempest attack on this guy.
Does anyone want to help him out with this for one stress?
One stress? I can do
that.
one.
I got 2 left. I'm gonna...
I'm offering one. If anybody
yeah.
else wants to offer one, that's
Two
fine.
two whispers teaming up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That
That
sounds
would make
that sounds
more
good.
theatrical, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. All right.
Excellent.
One stress
So-
to Vey, and you're going to get another dice on top of this. So you're going to get 2 extra dice.
+2. Okay. So I'm doing a tune.
Yep, this is going to be...
+2.
Yes, this will be a tune. You're trying to expel this demon. Plus 2
Uh-huh.
dice. This will be risky great effect, because this
Risky
lightning is
great.
going to be particularly good against a sea demon.
Okay.
Come on, dice gods.
Surely they wouldn't fuck us over this many times.
Oh, it was
It tried.
Mm.
It tried.
Hey, 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. Hey.
All right.
Hey, there you go. Hey, is a straight a
Yahtzee.
thing?
Okay, this is enough. You basically, so Vey, you sort of chastise yourself mentally for thinking that the bullets would be good against them, but you notice you have one left in the chamber, and you sort of aim very carefully at its eye as it's holding its hand still above Vond, and you pull the trigger and you actually hit it right in the eye which doesn't do much damage, but it causes it to flinch long enough for Hicks to launch his lightning
Hell yeah.
and electrocute it and sort of send it reeling backwards. It's hissing, it's screaming, a little singed. It's lying on the ground. It's vulnerable to another hit. Does someone want to try and do the finishing blow?
I would like to.
Okay.
I am going to
Yeah,
say
go
that
for it.
Hicks, when you do this, you shoot your electricity out and it arcs into the puddle a little bit. And from that, it like hits some of the sconces, goes to the windows, and like arcs out through the windows, shattering them, and into the sky, lighting up the clouds a little bit.
Yeah,
You guys are
people
gonna
were
get-
like seeing this from like the ground or outside.
Yeah.
They'll see this whole floor just start flashing and shit flying out the windows.
Yes,
Yeah,
they're
level up
basically-
our rep.
You're going to get +1 heat for that as a consequence.
Rock and
Yeah,
roll.
people have
Lightning's
seen
pretty
this
heat.
tower, the top floor just lights up and lightning comes out of it up into the sky.
Okay, the reason that I would like to try to do a killing blow is because I just took Ghost Fighter for my playbook.
Yeah.
My crowbar starts to react to the lightning, and it gets that sort of St. Elmo's fire glow on it, the same one that I saw when I found it on my trusty Leviathan hunting missions and shipping missions.
Yes.
I put 2 and 2 together, and I like grip it and go like, "Stay out of trouble, Vay," and then run towards Ixis and try to knock him over the head with it.
Yes.
It's a ghost touch weapon essentially now.
Perfect.
All right, skirmish.
Yeah, give me a skirmish roll. And this is going to be a risky, great effect because it is also a fine weapon.
Okay, that is true.
Oh, but that is down to a standard.
it also
because of
down
your
to
wound.
standard because I am tummy ached. All right, so risky standard. Got it.
Mhm.
All that for average.
Whack.
Does anyone want to help him?
Yeah, does anybody want to help? I could.
I can
Would be a lot of
I can-
dice.
add in some suppressing fire.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, distract him so I can thwack him beside the back of the head.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ooh, critical success!
Nice.
Is that our
Yes.
first?
Might.
First
I think
tonight.
so.
Or
he
double
is-
sixes, right? Is something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
2
that, well,
sixes.
that is a
crit.
critical success. You do it with
Right.
a nice effect.
Oh yeah, because regular 6 is just success, not critical.
You just do it, yeah. It's more than enough to kill him, but yes, Ixis is reeling on the ground, singed. He like starts to roll over and get up. And Matthias, you load your last couple of ectoplasmic shots, and and he gets reeled back. He's stumbling, standing on one knee, and Skav, you've been running at him this whole time with your crowbar, and you just do a baseball home run swing. There's a crunch, and just pulp his head. There's just fish bits everywhere. The body falls limp to the ground, and there's no longer a threat in this room to you guys.
Does he like dissolve into eels or something?
Yeah, well, not into eels, but yeah, when he falls to the ground, there's a little bit of sizzling, and he just melts into water that just dissolves into the puddle.
I'm in the mood for seafood.
Awesome.
Vaughn grits up and goes, "Oh, I didn't know you cared."
I like look at my crowbar and like, so that's how that works. I could probably reliably use this as a tool to fight against
I
the
think you
forces of the
overcooked
undead.
calamari."
And then I put it away.
You say, oh, I might call myself some sort of ghost fighter.
Some sort of buster of the ghosts' heads.
Makes me feel good.
It makes me feel good.
Anyway,
I wonder
yes.
who people are gonna call when they
You
want their
guys-
ghosts busted.
You guys are in the top floor, seemingly Lissa's office with free reign to it. You hear still commotion going on the bottom floor, but people probably have not reached you quite yet.
We need to find what we need to find and probably get out.
Yeah. Spread out.
Doesn't look like I'm gonna find Lissa in here.
That mook said it would be here. I'll
And you didn't consider that maybe he was lying?
I don't believe such a powerful influence would be here if it wasn't protecting something important.
and listen, it's not like I have any abilities that automatically know when people are lying or anything. I'm gonna
Yeah,
nobody could do that.
Definitely not.
that's in jail.
Hmm.
Not that she has that ability
Yeah.
yet, but
But yes,
run towards the door and I try to keep an eye on. No, there's no door. I run towards the stairs and
stairwell.
keep
Yep.
an eye out because I can't read.
Yeah, no, that's good. You do that. Anyone want to make, like, let's say a study roll to just sort of rifle through the bins?
Would love to. I've got 2 pips.
Okay.
I got 1.
I mean, does anyone want to help?
I'll help you out.
Yeah.
Whew. All right, we're pushing to the limit here.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're almost done, I think.
Everyone's gonna get trauma all at once.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I got 2
Well, I'm
left.
just doing a normal roll.
That's correct. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Just give me a study
With my
roll.
help.
We'll just do a. This is going to be a controlled position standard effect because you guys have. There's no enemies here at all. So
We can look
Yeah.
more if we have to.
yeah, perfect.
right, do it.
You go rifling through the desk and the back folders, and essentially what you find, just to summarize it, is you find a folder that they must have stolen from the licensing place. That is basically, you can piece together the gaps. It's not necessarily obvious. It is a paper trail documenting the proceedings of Rorik reaching out to them for licensing of several boats to start up a new fishing company. And the price of what it would have taken to do that is basically to the tune of all the money in the Crow's coffers. And he
Is
claims
the title
that
there?
the title is not there. It never went through.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, it was just all the setup paperwork, the promissories, the investigation of funds, everything there. Like, he was ready to go through with this deal. He had promised to have employees, and it looks like it's more or less the majority of the people who were in the Crows. It basically looks like he was trying to liquidate the Crows' money to start a fishing company and employ all of the Crows
Yeah.
in that. And then you also find in Lissa a sort of promissory note with a stamp of a bee in a hexagon down at the bottom, stating that under standard advised conditions, if you manage to disrupt this sale and eliminate all desire in the Crows to initiate the sale, you will be rewarded with leadership of the Crows and protection from the Hive. And so it seems like pretty clear evidence that the Hive did not want Orc to go through with this,
Yeah.
and they enlisted Lissa to eliminate him and wanted to reward her for this.
Okay. Just to clarify, it's a bee, like a little bumblebee. Like
Yeah, it looks like
Okay.
it looks like yeah, it looks
Not
like
the
a
letter
little-
the
B.
hive.
Not
No,
the
yeah, it
letter
looks-
B.
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bee in a little hexagon shape. That
Good.
is the symbol of the Hive.
Okay. Just,
Which-
just double checking.
Which is the Hive, just I didn't mention it last time. The Hive is a perfectly legal merchant guild that operates and runs in the city. So if you just like mentioned the Hive to a normal citizen in casual conversation, they'd be like, oh yeah, the Hive, those are the people that own like all of the shipping companies.
Yeah,
It's
Amazon.
just behind, yeah, they are just
Are
Amazon.
you
It's just,
sure about that?
yeah, it's just
Are you
behind the
they're
scenes.
legit?
Behind the scenes, they break knees and, you know,
Oh, yeah.
smuggle human trafficking and drugs.
Or they
and
just have
all that
like,
stuff.
you know, they have offshore accounts that are basically impossible to be able to reach because laws don't go that far, and yeah, they can just get away with it.
Exactly. So yes, that is what you guys uncover. Now you just have to make your way out. How are we getting out of here, folks?
I already used my key, so sucks
It's
to me.
true. And I already used my feat of strength.
We have climbing gear. We can just rappel down.
It's true.
Yep.
We did say we had
And you have another whisper, so I think Hicks has a ghost key as well.
I think I also got a ghost key, seeing how
Please.
useful it was before
Yeah.
when you were using it. And you're like, oh yeah, ghost key. That's probably I should carry one of those around too.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. Perfect.
So I was like, all right, we got our way out. Hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
Ghost Field, come to me.
Wom,
the tune roll.
wom.
Yeah. Give me an attune, and we'll make it a risky standard. And if anyone wants to help or can help, I don't know who has the stress leeway.
I got
Not
enough
me.
with spell left for one, so I'll give you one.
I think it's just Vaughn.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Vaughn can help.
One
And,
blanket attunement's gonna help.
All right, I will get one help. Here we go.
I really don't want to walk back down this tower.
There we go.
Critical success.
Perfect.
Double crits?
Yeah.
Where do we
Yeah.
want to go,
So,
guys? Where do we want to go?
Yeah, Hicks,
right
you
back to our office.
You pull out your ghost key and you attune to it and you like point to a section and there's like a cabinet and like a bookcase like bolted to the wall blocking it, and you guys are fumbling around your pockets and Vaughn just pulls out an explosive, straps it to the bookcase, pulls the trigger, and it blows all of it off the wall, but the wall is still there, bare. And that is where the ghost door is. Hicks, you put in the key, turn it, a portal appears, and yeah, you guys can step through. And where do you want to go, like Hicks said?
Nearest opium den, please.
No.
Is
We'll
our
do this democratically.
are our cohorts able to get out? If they were trying to do the distraction.
Didn't they not do anything?
No, let's yeah, we'll say they can get out. They were not that successful in their distraction. I didn't give you guys any bonuses for it.
Ah, okay.
But they're able to, get out, licking their wounds. They sort of like harassed them from the fences and maybe tried to start a fight, but then sort of
I
left.
don't know, like maybe a couple blocks from our secret hideout.
Our new secret location. Yeah, there you go.
Yes. So I'm
But
assuming.
not right on it.
Yeah, I think I'll do it this way. When we were like setting up the secret base, I was using my like underground like ferryman kind of contacts to find like paths and stuff, and I got a key right to one of the back doors, and we'll just hop right there. No, easy peasy, no problem.
Perfect. Yeah, you guys get out. The crows bust through the bookcase barricade. They run up. All they find is more of their men sort of knocked out or dead. The demon Ixis, who was betrothed, well, not betrothed, but in the service of Lissa, is no longer there. And Lissa is infuriated. She is enraged. She obviously suspects who did it, but has no way to claim that. You guys will give you your rewards. But then I would say you have a short window to act on this evidence. You can decide what you do with it.
Do we like grab a bunch of shit on our way out? Is that our reward?
I got books.
That's true.
You know what? Maybe, yeah, you know what? Maybe I should let you guys act on it before you get your reward. Because it's probably just going to be RP stuff.
All right.
So yeah, let's say, so what are you guys going to do? What do you do with this evidence?
Call our own parlay and
Yeah.
counter sue.
Nice. I
Yeah,
like that.
That's probably the best way to do it. I can't think of any other way we could get it to a lot of people at once.
Don't forget, we have a bottle up Rorik.
Unless, counterpoint, we could reveal it to people. We could also just go to the Hive and threaten to reveal it to people. That the Hive wanted to assassinate a member of the Crows. And maybe we're friends with them now.
I don't think threatening a friend makes them a friend.
But coercing them makes them do what you want.
Using leverage to enforce a neutral stance against us is pretty good, I guess. I mean,
Yeah, all I will say too is like the Hive basically asked you to get rid of Lissa as a loose end that they no longer had any use for. And so it would kind of be your pull against theirs if you wanted to try and blackmail them, basically.
And we don't know their
seems like a
reach.
pretty uneven balance.
Yeah.
We know their reach is big.
Their reach is big.
This is true. We know it's big. We don't know what that is. Like,
You could still probably, like, if you were to reveal Lissa, you could probably still tell the other gangs, like, oh yeah, hey, the Hive manipulated them into doing this kind of a thing. You could still probably do that.
Yeah.
And the
I
Hive
was
might
just
not
thinking
like
like
it, but
I was just thinking like, hey, we'll reveal this unless you pay us money or some shit. Hush money.
I think
Even if
what we
have-
need to do is to turn us onto her is probably what we should be doing.
All right.
Get figure out a way to break the support for the Crows, because they're like, oh, we're recovering and we're doing stuff, and like their first thing was like fucked up. So if we could reignite the strife in the Crows, I think is probably our best bet.
Yeah, because the Crows were going to go legit, so he was going to help all of them not be criminals anymore. So some of them are going to be upset about that, because, not everybody wants to be this life,
Yeah,
Yeah.
creating chaos might be our death blow to
Might just
their
collapse
war
on
with
their
us.
own,
Okay.
And
I'm
if you
for that.
reveal that, and if you reveal that they're the ones who killed Rorik, that might get all the other gangs of the city on your side. or of Crowsfoot rather.
Yeah. So honestly, like coming out with the information that we have is probably for the best.
All right.
Okay. So yeah,
Right.
you guys can you can organize an all gangs parlay at Tangletown. You can contact the small urchin boy who went out and bought himself a gun.
Good for
To
him.
go send out, yeah, right, good for him. To distribute more notes to all the other gangs wrapped in sailing cord and sailing knots. And yeah, it's a bit unprecedented. It's the first time there's been 2 parlays within a 1-week period. But
Counter parlay.
yeah, exactly. But yes, you guys organize one.
Parlay.
And it's not as flashy as Lissa's one. You guys don't quite have as deep of pockets as the Crows did. But yeah, you organize a parlay. You get all the gangs of the area into one place. And yeah, even Lissa shows up because after her display at the last one, she's not willing to forsake the rules of the parlay and garner perhaps even more bad blood. So reluctantly, you can see her at sort of the edges of the crowd, lurking at one of the tables, eyeing you with, she's sneering. Yeah.
You got to sneer about, you fucker.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you guys have the floor. Who wants to speak?
I'm good at talk. I mean, maybe someone else.
All good at talk.
Honestly, though, like we're all not good at talking, so
Hicks makes good speeches, but nobody listens to them, so.
nobody listens.
That's all I'll do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Was that
Zay-
command?
Yeah, command quiet. Yep.
Why are we all looking at me?
Just read the
It's the
document.
glasses.
The
Yeah,
glasses.
you have glasses. I think they'll listen to you.
You paused our entire mission to go get books. I think you're the smartest one here.
Can
Just
we put
because
the
I
meeting-
study doesn't mean I know how to say the words out loud. Fine.
Can we
Fine.
Skype this meeting from jail and Velestein can head this? Or
Oh man, it'd be really cool if there's like a way to like attune to like kind of like the ghost feel, but some sort of like living person to like pull them in.
a
Channels.
hologram?
You know
Ghost.
what?
Yeah.
Can we do that? Can we like?
What, like through a ghost
I
door?
do not
I don't know.
think so.
It would be neat if we like revealed that Vey is like the kingpin or something.
Working from the inside.
Or something. Yeah.
We release
I
Rowan
mean,
from
Vel is the
bubble in
one that
middle of the
took.
room.
Vel took the she took the fall for the entire gang. So
She did, yeah.
you know what? If you want to do this, I'm gonna ask for 2 rolls. I'm gonna ask for Shane roll as Velestein and
Okay.
roll a consort roll for me, and then Vey give me an attune roll. This is going to be for Velestein to find a whisper inside Ironhook and convince them to like channel her out, and then
Wait.
Vey to channel Velestein in.
What if? All right. So in the similar aspect, what if we can use they as like a vessel, whatever, to speak Vel's words?
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Okay,
Like, basically, Velestein will be transmitting out through a whisper in Ironhook if this succeeds,
Mhm.
and then Vey will speak as her. Like you
Oh,
will
God.
basically become possessed by Velestein.
If I get 10 stressed, is that an immediate trauma?
That's correct.
Yes. And I've
I'll be traumatized for this.
Hey, no,
I'll-
hey, here's what'll happen. I'll let you do it, and then you'll get the trauma afterwards.
Okay.
I can offer. What if I offer one? I can offer one as well to help the channeling.
I mean, you don't need to get any stress baseline. Like, you can just do the roll if you want, and then yeah, like Hicks, if you want to help Vey on her roll, you can. Velestein
Yes,
doesn't
I'll
get
help
any
her
help.
on her.
Right.
No, I get nothing. But my stress hasn't changed whatsoever since the last time she's been in the game, right?
Yeah,
Doesn't ever go down
Like
or
you,
up
you
or-
answer me this, Shane. Do you think you have time to indulge your vice while you're in jail?
Potentially. No. And then
So
I
food at
can
the galley.
stress myself and get another trauma. That would be fun.
No, just give me a
Just give me a straight up consort, right?
give me a consort plus 1 dice because you guys are tier 2. When you do most things in
Okay.
Ironhook, it's based on your gang's tier. So just give me a 2 dice roll.
And then position effect, risky standard,
sure.
or-
Yeah, this is
alright.
mostly just sort of fortune stuff. So,
fortuney. Okay. Come on.
You know what? Well, let's go with a 5. Let's keep going with that. Okay, so that was Ve.
This is my attune.
So Vel.
Oh well, it rolled as me as Matthias, but I actually did it off of Velestine's
Oh,
sheet.
I see. That was
Oh,
a
I
failure,
see.
though. Okay. But you still
Yeah.
just rolled 2 dice. Okay, yeah. They beforehand, you had sort of sent some contacts to like get a message into Velestine, saying to like, hey, try and get a hold of a whisper. Anyone you can. Like, here's how to sort of contact me, and then I'd like you to speak on our behalf at this meeting. And you step up to the lectern, you take a deep breath, and you reach out to the ghost field, stretching out towards Ironhook, and there's nothing. You don't pick up on anything there.
Oof.
Bell has not managed to transmit out to you. So you were just there, you've taken a deep breath and closed your eyes, the room is silent, you're standing at the lectern, everyone's looking at you.
I'm in a non-whisper wing. Sorry,
Yeah.
You've
they
got
separate us.
Yeah.
a special electrical field around you. Like a Faraday cage prevents anything from going in or out.
Man, that would have been cool. Damn
Now
it.
It would have been
she's
sweet, yeah.
Got a tweaker trying
Well-
to get him to wake up, and
Yeah.
he's just not. Come on, you useless whisper.
We'll try it again at some point because I think that's a really cool idea. But I will get
Mm.
trauma for trying to reach too far and the level of stress.
Yes, I will actually. Yeah.
That'll be fun.
So do this. You're gonna still speak, and then tell me what kind of trauma you want, because it's your choice.
Trauma that I want? I
Yeah.
get to
Yeah, you
choose
can
my
pick it.
trauma?
You
Yeah,
do.
I don't
You
know.
become cold instantly, and then
Nah, I'm already cold. I'm
Yeah.
always
You're
cold.
paranoid. You think Velestine doesn't like you anymore.
No. That trauma.
I mean,
Paranoid is one of the traumas.
paranoid is a trauma.
Cold, haunted, obsessed, paranoid, reckless, soft, unstable,
I mean,
vicious.
She's already on the paranoid side just because of the Satera, so
Yeah, I mean, go with your gut.
Go with whatever would be the most fun to roleplay, because they all have like legit like restrictions in text.
yeah, no. If I click on like the trauma button, does that give me all the lists of like
It
stuff?
does. It gives you a little drop down. Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't give you
Yeah,
like the
cold,
textual
haunted.
restrictions of them, but I can describe to you what they are.
I mean, unstable I think might be a little bit better.
Oh yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Like taking too many risks, trying to do too many things, and maybe the ghost field is not playing nice.
Yeah, unstable is specifically your emotional state is volatile. You can instantly rage or fall into despair, act impulsively, or freeze up.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, perfect. So, and maybe that colors the speech you give.
You freeze up.
I freeze up.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
you freeze up. You don't have to do this first person too. You could just say this in third person as well.
No, but even if I don't want to freeze up because that would really fucking suck. Because I think I'm the only other one with a Ticken consort, or does anyone help?
I'm not gonna
Or
ask for any
something.
dice rolls here. You guys have all
Oh,
the
okay.
evidence.
All right, yeah. So
This
at
is
this
just role
point, maybe. All right, we'll go off of this. So, freeze up means she is now super quiet and actually like whispering and
Yeah.
giving all the information.
Oh, she's a literal
So
whisperer.
yeah, so it's like maybe it's causing everybody to kind of like almost like get really close
Gotta
because
keep
they
getting
can't
closer.
hear.
Yeah.
It-
You're like whispering the information, and then as you're like revealing more of it and more of it, your voice gets louder and louder until you're just like enraged, screaming about like what she's done to you. And
Oh yeah, and I can just be like, I pull out the bottle and I just have Rourke in my hand and like, I know what she did.
oh yes, you
Boom.
whip
Yeah,
the
we
crowd.
get pocket Rourke.
We
as
pocket
well.
Rourke.
You
Keep him
whip
on a
the
mantle
crowd
later.
into a furor. You present all the evidence that it's truly Lissa who killed Warwick, how she tried to turn the entire district against you, and you keep asking like, what would be a fitting punishment? What would be a fitting punishment? And you say, I know. And you pull out the bottle and you say, let's let Rorik have at her. Let him seek his vengeance.
Let's
And
let him decide.
Well, the best
Yeah.
part too is like if they've all like kind of moved in closer to actually hear what's going on. Now they're all running to the edges.
yeah,
And you
well,
can
and
see his
everyone is like,
face.
some people are cheering at you. Some of the more vicious gangs are really getting behind this. And you can see as you're holding up the ghost bottle with Rorik in it. From the corner, you can see there's a group of heavies from various gangs who have just grabbed Lissa by the arms and legs and are bringing her to the middle of the room.
Oh yeah.
Chant, 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 something, I don't care.
Yeah, they're all saying, Rorik, Rorik. And some of them were saying, like, vengeance, vengeance.
Yeah.
You guys said she
rock,
wasn't
rock.
tough enough to be a cutter. Or a bravo, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The crowd is in a furor. They have sort of made a space at the front of the place and thrown Alyssa down. She's on her knees, looking up at you. You have Rorik's ghost bottle in your hand.
I mean, I don't want to smash in here with a bunch of other people, but
Just, like pop the
Do it.
cork and
You're
pour it in her
unstable,
mouth.
man.
Yeah, you're
it's
unstable. I don't
true.
think it's
You're
your
right.
decision.
No, I'll just I'll just pop it and I'll toss it right over to her.
Yeah, your lower eye like twitches a little bit as you make eye contact with Lissa, looking up at you, pleading with her look. And yeah, you pop the cork and throw Rorik's ghost bottle down. The rest of the crews back away, and some of the whispers from the other crews are at the edges, sort of warding to make a little ring to contain the ghost.
Oh,
And
fuck yeah.
It is disturbing, to say the least.
I'll
Yeah.
definitely back up and help with that ring.
Since leashing Rorik, he was a sort of sane and stable ghost caught in a fairly stable loop. But when you leashed him and put him into the bottle, that just enraged him and sent him over the edge. He is totally feral, and yeah, it is a grisly sight of electroplasm dissolving skin and ripping her apart. She is not a whisper. She was a slide, a manipulator, and a talker.
Can't
Oh,
slide
now
out
she's
of
gonna
one.
slide off the fucking mortuary slab.
That is
Nice.
correct.
Her skin
uh,
is sliding off her.
That's correct. She is not prepared to contend with the ghost of the person who she killed, fueled by rage. And yeah, as her she is beaten down, just scathed by this thing, and Rorik reaches one of his ghostly arms down, which is no longer looks like a human arm. It's grown long. The fingers have turned almost claw-like. He rips into the floor and opens up a little gap in the floor and just drags her down into it, into which he also disappears. And then it seals back up. And the room is silent, almost uncomfortably so. And then, yeah, and it just erupts in cheers.
Some
So
guy in the
anyway,
corner,
we own the
well, that
crows
just
now.
happened.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Yes. Yes, you guys have exonerated yourselves. All the other gangs with their support behind you, they agree that you deserve to take the 10,000 silver slice out of the crow's stash. And after the fact, yeah, you guys, basically the entirety of the crow's gang is rounded up and they're given a choice. Either remain a crow and be cast out of Crow's Nest, finding a new hideout. You can, well, actually, I'll say that's up to you guys. What is your choice? Is it join me or die? Or is it join or you can still be crows, but you guys don't get anything?
I think we want to take out this gang permanently. That was Skov's goal.
I'm unstable, so they might just die.
No choice.
By your hand?
What are you? How are you gonna
2
do
out of
that?
3 votes for.
I don't know. I'll go
Bolivian?
bottle up some more fucking ghosts. You and me, let's go fishing and just bomb them.
No.
The last resort.
Join or get ghost bombed.
Yeah, I say they join us or they have to deal with Faye.
Or at least disband.
Oh, sure, or disband. Yeah.
We're
Maybe they
definitely
just take-
disbanding the crows. That's
Right.
Yeah.
The crows are no
on the
longer a
docket.
thing. If they wish to continue their own lively lifestyles, they can find refuge in other gangs.
Mhm.
But
Well,
the cults are
that's-
not a thing.
Yeah,
about
and let's
this?
take over their shit.
If you wish for an encore, join us or retire.
Nice.
I will also make note if anybody's like,
Fair.
I'm not gonna do that, be like, also if you need assistance, there's also the cult. You can come to the cult. We can give you some home for a bit.
Jeez.
Join us or cult.
Join
Yeah,
us
you
or
either
cult.
cult or
Oh,
you-
shit.
yeah.
Leave or life.
Mm-hmm. Okay. No, this is cool.
I like that one.
So you guys do that. You offer this choice, and it's about a 50-50 split down the middle. Half of them sort of forsake the crows and any gang ties, and they agree that they will just go off on their lives, not form the gang, etc., etc. The other half, they're like, crows are no more. We're Midnight Encore, and they're like taking off their crow masks and burning them and joining you guys. And
Look
No.
away, Shane.
Can't
yes,
burn
that's
it.
right. Yeah, explicitly for Shane, they're all getting rid of their crow costumes.
Oh
Maybe
no, not the
we
vor.
start doing an owl theme. You know, we'll replace the
Ooh.
bird.
Mm. And
Owls are cool.
yeah. So yeah, you
Midnight
guys
Encore
get some
logo,
new gang
actually.
members to strengthen yourselves. You get the money. And so yeah, let's do what the actual payout is. And the thing is, the payout's not going to be as big as it would normally be, simply because the last time you guys advanced in rank from tier 1 to tier 2, I forgot to charge you guys the money cost.
So this will
And so-
just offset that cost.
Yeah. I'm still going to give you guys some spending money, but the majority of this payout is going to be back paying that. But you guys will still get another 2 crew upgrades, because you're supposed to have gotten you get 2 crew upgrades to start, and you're supposed to have gotten 2 for getting tier 1 and 2 for getting tier 2. So you guys are going to get your tier 2 crew upgrades now. But let's do rewards.
Yeah.
Where is my thing? Okay. Pay off. +2 rep, +1 per tier higher. I'm going to say you guys get 2 rep. These guys were not actually a tier higher. They were just a strong tier 2 gang. So you guys get 2 rep. For coin, I would say you guys would normally get like 12 coin. But instead, I will just give each of you 2 coin.
All right.
Yeah.
Coin for me.
It's better than 0.
Yeah.
Hey, I made a profit off this. We started with 1.
Mm.
Hey.
And then heat. I'm gonna say this is actually only 2 heat. Contained standard exposure. It was not like loud and chaotic. It was really only at the very end that things got at all.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It
It
wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like the job that was loud. It was the stuff afterward.
Exactly. Like people know you did it, but it's not like civilians know you did it.
We were accidentally quieter than we normally would have been.
Right, exactly.
We did do a
But-
stealth
Yeah,
mission instead of
sabotage.
normal.
Your heat is still fairly high. So let's see. Oh, and let's do everyone. Let's talk about experience, baby. You guys took down your desperates.
Yeah.
Talk about backgrounds.
roll
I think you probably rolled one at some
I
point.
feel like I
Fond.
did, but I can't find it in the history, so maybe I mismarked it. That's right. Yeah, I had 1.
I did roll 1.
Okay. Hicks, I think you, in fighting Ixis, you mentioned your sort of background working on the Leviathan vessel, so I think you get
Yes.
a generic EXP for background stuff.
Great.
For sure. And I think everyone else kind of
Just
at
1.
least I would even say everyone else you get 2 EXP for your addressing things in a certain way, because I think you all did it multiple times.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Addressing challenges in a
Mhm.
specific way, like Vey did multiple arcanes, Vaunt did multiple tinkers,
I did a lot of
multiple
violence.
I
prowess.
did a violence.
Yep.
I did
Thais did
violence.
multiple violence.
Book.
Did I do my background and heritage with the ghost fighting? Or?
I'm gonna say yeah, you get that because this was specifically your sort of ghost infused crowbar situation.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I think Hicks definitely gets that one too for being boatman.
Yeah,
Can't-
yeah.
Also, I can't wait for that crow that we like pushed off the railing and fell through a portal to walk back, and the crows are just disbanded. And they're like, "What the fuck?
Mm.
We have no clue where they
The-
are."
The royal quarter of town.
Who knows? Also, books. Unless you wanna
Yes,
do that later.
yeah, we'll do that later.
Okay.
Let's we'll do
I didn't know
that
if you
after
had an
this session.
idea in mind.
I have some ideas. We'll ping pong that after the fact.
Okay.
Okay, so that was EXP. Let's go back to the Midnight Encore. I'm going to give you guys 2 crew EXP because you contended with challenges and you bolstered your reputation. And then let's go do some entanglements. Oh,
I love it when he says
I
that.
don't like that.
Love it when he says it, and I love it when he says it like that.
Arrest.
An inspector presents a case file of evidence to a magistrate to begin prosecution of your crew. The Bluecoats send a detail to arrest you. Pay them off with coin equal to your wanted level +3, so 5 coin. Hand someone over for arrest, which would clear your heat, or try to evade capture.
Fine, guys. I'll make a third character.
I think Skov might be willing to
Oh boy,
take
yeah.
the heat here.
Yeah.
He last time protected one of his cohorts from arrest, so I think this time he kind of wants to suffer the consequences, and maybe he's also escaping gambling debts. Who knows?
Okay. If you want to do this, I was gonna suggest we do have a hidden base. We could just evade if we wanted to.
I'm going to say the hidden base does not change this because they don't necessarily need to know. These Bluecoats will be dogged enough to find your base. They've assembled enough evidence at this point.
Okay. They are like one of the more powerful factions, so
They got a lot of hounds.
Yeah.
if they're willing to look for us, maybe they still had friends that are willing to get vengeance for the crows, or maybe the hive told on us.
I guess maybe
Bastards.
why don't we say it's a little bit cheaper if you want to pay them off. It's only equal to your wanted level +2 if you want to pay them off. But you can also still. This is also this is the whole mechanism with arrest is that this is the most efficient way to clear your heat. This just wipes out all your heat when you guys give someone up for arrest.
Yeah.
If you pay them off, it does not clear out your heat. So you might just roll arrest next time.
We do have a lot of heat. We're
Yeah, we're
2
good at
away
that.
from another wanted
Yeah.
level.
It would take a lot of downtime activities to try and reduce it.
I have a backup character in mind as my secondary reason, but
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
If you want to.
yeah, I'm willing to take the fall for this one because I think it's what Skov would do. He still wants to try to protect his own, like his allies and stuff.
Mhm.
And he kind of feels guilty for stealing from you guys for so long. He thinks he's finally done something for you guys and thinks that maybe this will make up for his stuff. In fact, he's gonna admit that he's been stealing from the coffers. And
Go to jail. Do not
go
collect
to
200.
jail.
Good job.
Got a chow.
He's gonna give up one of his coin that he got from this mission and give it to the Midnight Encore. Actually, both of them.
Nice.
He's got stash, so I'll give up
We got
both
a
of his
vault.
money. I forgot we had the vault.
Yes.
So I'm gonna pay back my debts, and then say I got another debt to repay, and then go to the Bluecoats to turn myself in.
Yeah, maybe you walk up to the Bluecoats headquarters and you just start beating up a couple of them, and then you just let them take you out. It takes 6 guys to pin you down.
Yeah. Figured I might as well have some fun first. I throw a guy over a roof using superhuman strength.
Yes. Perfect. Awesome. Yes. Skov gets grabbed, and your heat goes down.
Not the ghoulies.
Oh,
That means jail's full and Velestine escapes, right?
no.
They ran out. Ran out
Now
of
what
the
I'm
room.
gonna ask is
We're probably in different wings.
I fill it. Yeah.
we're gonna
Stack is
do
full.
we're gonna do downtime now, and you guys you're not at war anymore, so you get your free.
2.
Let me update that in the factions. You get your free 2, spend coin for extra. But before we do that, I'm going to have Velestine and Skov do their incarceration rolls. And remember, you guys have the guard payoff, so you get +1 die. So you guys are going to roll 3 dice for your incarceration roll.
Velestine just sees me while they're out in the yard or something. Sees this
bloody
hulking
idiot.
figure. I'd wave and then they put my hands back behind my back.
Yeah.
Fuck. I probably should have
Alright.
tried harder to find a whisper.
What was the roll again?
So it's just going to be basically sort of a fortune roll. Let me see. Is
Okay.
incarceration roll in the basic thing? No, it's not. But it's roll dice equal to your faction's tier. But because you guys have Bluecoats payoff, you get +1 die. So you're both
Alright,
just
so-
going to roll 3 dice.
3 dice. Okay, and then just put fortune. All right.
Excellent.
Did good.
6. So, once again, you do your time well. Your crew gains 1 prison claim and +1 faction status. For Skov, you keep your head down and you do your time without incident. So for Velestine, you guys get to pick 1 more prison claim.
Prison. That's that grid thing, right?
It's the grid, yeah.
And you get to pick a faction that you work with, who will give you'll get +1 standing with.
All right.
Allied claim is interesting, but I don't know how much that does.
Yeah, I'll go with Allied claim, just the one straight to the right, so we have access to
Take a
more
non-turf
things.
claim from a different crew type.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that on this sheet. But I will just keep that in mind.
All right, and then I have to go to the. What was the other thing we had to pick?
Factions of Duskwall, and you will pick a faction who you worked with to get this claim.
Wasn't there a way to, like, see what our status is with all of them?
Yeah, so over on the
Oh,
Actors tab, Factions folder, I have Factions of
Oh,
Duskwall.
okay. That was the way to. All right, yeah. Adversaries, enemies.
Got the Red Sashes as associates, neutral with the Hive. We defeated the Crows.
The Crows are no longer a thing.
Yeah.
The Grinder sounds fun. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's Hutton.
Oh, okay, yeah, do that then.
Yeah, perfect. Boom.
All right.
We're associates with the Grinders now.
Excellent.
Did some grinding in prison.
That's right. So what I will say is basically, this will be the conclusion of season 1. You guys have established yourself as, at this point, basically the ruling gang in Crowsfoot. You are perhaps ready to take a bite off of bigger things if you so desire. Oh, the other thing, just for you, Shane, I will say Velestine is now going to be out of jail. This was her 3rd imprisonment role. So I will say she is out of jail now.
You rolled doubles.
Well, get in there, bud.
Shane, what do you get to
Roll
get?
doubles. Does he just go in the character stable or something?
I don't know.
That's basically it. Velestine
do I
and
choose which one I want to play as, or do I go back to
exactly. Yep. You can just choose whatever the mission is. You can just decide who is going on it.
Oh, that's cool.
And even like downtime or like acquiring assets, you can decide who is doing it. Yeah.
All right, so I can't do like, all right, we're in downtime. I do 2 of Velestines and I do 2 of Churches. You have to pick one, right?
Yeah, I would say you pick one to be the active person on downtime, but if you're like doing acquiring assets roles or stuff, you can say another one of the PCs does it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, or like gathering information roles also, I would say. You could
Are
say
we going to
like
do our
Velestine does it.
downtime now for after we just
have
did this?
time.
Or...
Yeah, we have extra time. So like, why don't you guys do your downtime, and then we can talk about maybe some of
Future
what will
ideas.
happen next. Future ideas, yeah. Because something I wanted to throw out is, I know you guys made the crew Bravos, cutthroats, bruisers, smash and grab people, but there are other types of crews, and I don't know if maybe after playing the game, if you guys have decided you'd rather be like, thieves or smugglers or something like that,
With our current lineup now, we're not really beaters anymore. We don't have a lot of people that are good in hand-to-hand combat.
It's a lot of gas.
I count as 2 people, remember.
But you're also in jail.
You're in jail.
I am in jail.
I mean, you were
the
bossing around the
Crows?
thugs the most too.
What kind of things were the Crows? We could take over their operations, fill the hole that they'd left. Were they smugglers or?
What were the Crows? Let me go to their tab in the book and see if there gives us any
beautiful birds.
Because maybe we were just trying to press gang our way into the factions, but now that we're here, now we need a reputable business, and now that Skov is not here to protest.
They were known for running illegal games of chance and extortion rackets. Their assets were a veteran gang of thugs and killers, a number of small boats, the fortified HQ. All of Crowsfoot was their turf. They operate gambling dens. So that sounds like
kind of like that.
It's the there's a type of hawkers, the vice purveyors.
Oh yeah.
That is the type of, so basically a gang that runs illegal businesses, basically.
Yeah, no, let's do that.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. And also, when people go into debt, they disappear, and you don't know why.
Yeah, let me go to the crew creation. I can give you guys the description of Hawkers, and then maybe behind the scenes we'll do the swap over, just because basically the way it works is you guys will get to keep the Bravo specific upgrades that you have gotten. So like you guys will be Hawkers, but you'll still have Bravos rigging, and you'll still have your cohort of thugs. You just won't get the free upgrade that you get from starting off as Hawkers.
Yeah.
So where do we go? Character creation, crew creation. Hawkers. Here we go. Yeah. When you play Hawkers, you earn XP when you acquire a new product supply, execute clandestine or covert sales, or secure new sales territory. Instead of hunting grounds, you have sales territory where you sell your products. What is your product? Who is your supplier? How do you sell it? Things like that. All of Duskball craves escape. They can't go outside, but they can turn to you.
Oh, we got the dogs. We got the gambling den, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're just gonna take over all the businesses you started.
Yeah.
Now that you're in jail.
Yes, that's yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I helped, but yeah, I mean, I think we should just have a big gambling, like turn Crowsfoots into a big red light district or something.
Yeah, you guys could start operating more in the Silk Shore, which is the red light district of the city. You could start branching out into there. Let me go to the compendium.
But for the sake of this downtime, we still get the benefits of if we train, like the insight and prowess, right?
And that's
still
still going to
get
carry
those.
over as well.
Oh,
That's
Like you
going
said, we
carry
get to
over
keep
into the
all
new
of our
crew.
bonuses.
Okay, and we still, if we happen to pick one that's resolved, we'll just have all of them taken care of. The new, whatever it may be.
What?
If we get the new what?
Yeah.
So basically right now, you guys have Vault, Hidden Lair, Bravos Rigging, Training Insight, Training Prowess, and you're going to get 2 more upgrades.
Right,
When
and
we
if
when we switch over to Hawkers, like, so, you know, like you guys got the, I don't know if you remember, when you chose to create a Bravos gang, you got the Bravos Rigging and the thugs for free. And then
Right.
you chose other upgrades.
and
There
what
are
gave
2
us
upgrades you... What
the
gave you what?
insight and prowess upgrade. What
That
gave
was
us
just that was just increasing in tier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or that was, sorry, leveling up your crew EXP is what gave you those.
We don't
So-
lose anything. Like,
Yeah, you don't
No, we
lose
don't.
anything.
You can only
but
get
what's
new
going to
things
happen
from
is
the
like
thing.
Hawkers, if you guys create Hawkers, you would start with a secure layer and resolve training. You're not going to get that for free.
Yeah.
You're going to carry over everything else you've gotten for free and gotten as upgrades so far, but you're not going to get secure layer and resolve training for free like you would if you created Hawkers from the start.
Yeah. Also,
Right.
we're picking a thing that relies a lot on resolve, and I think we only have one person
Mm.
who does anything
Yeah.
besides attune.
No, start training.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I mean, well, like I said, you guys have 2 upgrades. You could take resolve training as one of your upgrades. We'll do
I
that
have a
first.
question. If
Yes.
I took a trauma, does that mean all the stress goes away? Because now it's just trauma and I start at
That's
0
correct.
again? Okay.
That's correct. You should start at 0.
And you are removed from the adventure.
Yes.
Debuff has popped.
I don't know. Unstable could be an advantage. We'll see.
Yeah,
You
maybe
can scare
like
the shit
after,
out of people, yeah.
maybe like after this, when you're like tweaking after your rage speech, you actually go out trying to find the ghost of Rorik, find what it did with Lissa's body, and you like that's what you tell the crew, like, I gotta find her body, and you go away for like a few days.
Gotta find her body.
That's fair.
And,
Velestine, calm. No, I'm Velestine. Vey, calm down.
yeah, and yeah,
I'm
you
back
come
now.
when you finally come back, you're just totally calm. They ask you about that, you're like, I
Oh,
don't
am I?
remember any of that. No, I was talking to
No.
Oh, right.
Vey goes on a spiritual walk, and it's not a good one. It's like in Breaking Bad when he disappears for like a couple days. He tells him he was in a fugue state.
Well, Vaughn
right.
went on a gambling bender. Nothing too exciting.
I did nothing. I survived in jail.
That's right. Okay.
I will say the new character that I want to make is going to be a spider.
Mm.
Yeah, I was was looking at Spider. It's really cool.
Yeah,
Be a
I want
mastermind.
to be a mastermind. I already talked to Harrison about it.
I like the one that's shared adventure and you take someone out on a vice trip.
Nice. Okay. Do we want to do upgrades, or do you want me to just transfer the crew over to Hawker's, like in the background, like between sessions? And
You can do it between
All that jazz.
sessions.
Yeah,
we got,
okay.
Get some options.
that
We
sounds
we do need to get an allied claim from,
Yes, I got to figure out how to do that, because
but we could at least make note of it.
that's what I'm thinking. It might end up just like going in the notes. Yeah. So like basically is you could essentially, like, even though you guys are going to be hawkers, so like with your claims, you guys have informants and warehouses. We're going to have to look at the hawkers claims map and figure out what informants and warehouses best translates to give you 2 new claims. But then if your allied claim could then actually be informants or warehouses from the Bravos pattern, even though you're going to be hawkers. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll make sense of it later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, also, did we get 2 downtime, or is it just still 1?
Yep. You get
We
2
got 2?
downtime, and you can
Okay.
spend
2
coin to
and
do
spend
additional
a coin
ones.
to more.
War is over.
Definitely fucking training, because
I'm gonna take an assess the damage attempt again and see if we can clear that up.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Concur.
Yeah, my boy needs abilities.
I'm just trying to figure out what to put it in. I could go further into a tune, or I can add some stuff into other things. But I am getting a resolve pip.
I can get a resolve pip too. Just what to put it in.
What are you right now for a tune?
A tune is 3, so until we get that upgrade, that makes it we can put it to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Until you guys unlock mastery, you can't actually get up to 4 pips in anything.
So I can at least put 1 in sway and kind of build that up, or I can just go into consort or command.
I think consort seems good for you. I might do resolve and start doing command, so we have.
We socialize with friends and contacts. Might
I'm
gain
somewhat commanding.
resources. Might be new friends. Yeah, I think consort would be pretty good for also like the unstable thing too.
I could also do the fighting pits.
Oh, for the building. I mean, if we're gonna have a racketeer kind of system or gambling, then we can just more fighting pits, gambling.
Yeah, if we could rank up our fighting pits, might as well.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna burn a coin and go for another assess the damage.
Nice.
I'm also gonna burn a coin and I will assess the damage. Is it 1 coin or 2?
1 coin to do
1
another
for an
project.
extra activity.
Okay. So yeah, so 1 coin and do that.
That might actually fill in. Never mind, you might not need to.
Okay, we'll see.
How
Yeah, I
about
think-
5?
A 5 partial, I think that's at least 2 things. Isn't it?
Yeah, a failure was 1, so I'm pretty sure 5 is at least 2.
I was looking at the
You can also spend a coin to
increase the effect.
bring it up to the next tier.
Yeah. We'll see. I was looking at the spider
Raise the
special
vault, we got
abilities,
5 coins.
and
Yeah,
they're
how many
pretty
coins did we
fun.
get? We got
We got
5 to
5
split.
in the coffers and 2 for
You got
each
2
of us.
each.
Oh, well, I haven't 1 extra then, so can I stash that?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
During town time, you can just stash coin into your stash. You can technically pull coin out of your stash, but pulling it out is a 2-to-1 ratio.
Yes.
Because your stash is like you're buying property,
Yeah.
you're buying paintings, you know.
Yeah. Investment. And if you buy it out too soon, you lose on it.
So I
Right.
just assess the damage for coin again to mark
Yeah,
that
sure.
as a 5.
Yeah, he rolled.
Okay. I'm gonna say that is 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't need a roll, so I could use my coin for something else.
All right, you.
Phased.
You assess the damage and you identify that it is mostly a collection of specially treated copper tubes and cathode bulbs on the engine that is stopping this thing from working. Most of the mechanics work, but it's this complex electroplasm-driven engine that seemed to got, like, fragile parts of that are what got kind of blown out when the cart got possessed and ran wild for a while. So that is what you're going to have to fix. So we'll start a new clock, repair engine. And I'm going to say this one can get ticked up by either Tinker or like consort type roles to either, you know, a mixture of acquiring the parts and also fixing them.
Could I use my extra coin for an extra action to work on that right now?
Absolutely.
All right, I'll do that. I'll do consort because I feel like let's go get some shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna need a lot of magic doohickeys for this.
Yeah, I think generally I might ask that we like alternate. I'll try and keep track of it, but like generally alternate roles. Consort, then Tinker, consort, then Tinker to work.
That makes sense, yeah. I'll do the gather and then give all the shit to Vaughn so Vaughn can do the Tinker.
Perfect.
Yeah, I also have
Or not.
one more. I haven't used my other one yet, so
Indulge your vice.
I indulged my vice. I got 4 off, so we're good.
Nice.
So I could either go to the fighting pits or this engine. I do like this engine, so I'll probably want to help with that.
Me trying to talk to people and get stuff. Why does no one like me? Throw shit around the room.
Pulls a
the full
carry
Karen
every time you
approach.
tried to, like.
I don't like this.
consort
I don't
with
like
people.
unstable makes me a Karen now.
I want to speak to your
Ghosts come out of everything and just attack people.
Yeah, I want to do the repair engine help as well.
Maybe you could consecrate some pipes or something.
Or did I get a tick even though I failed?
Yeah, I'm going to give you a
Okay.
tick even though you failed.
Get one.
There's going to be a
Look,
lot
all
of
in on the
tiers to
engine.
this, so I'm willing to, on 1, 2s, or 3s, give you guys 1 tick.
Let's say, what skill do I want to use? I could use Prowl again and steal the stuff we want again.
You know, you could do that. I would allow that. Oh,
Alright,
let me do some
Prowl.
rolls for other groups on the side. Ooh. Okay.
Bazo's patience has run out.
Oh god.
Ooh. I rolled a 6.
Ooh, nice. 6 is going to be, I'm going to give that 3 ticks. Perfect. At this point, though, it can't get finished off with anything other than Tinker rolls, because you guys have gathered parts twice.
Understood. I did my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I do fucking shit.
Vaughn hasn't
Thank
crawled out from under the engine in 3 days. You don't know if he's still alive.
That's right, that's right. You just keep
ratcheting.
sliding sandwiches under there.
Even if Skov was out of jail, he's not allowed near the cart.
Yeah.
Want me to hit that part? No.
No, that's
Give it a
Yeah,
good
so every
whack.
day I
first
hand
place.
them a shopping list. It's like a bunch of pipes, a bunch of chemicals, and then sandwich.
Yeah. Perfect. Nice.
And then
Okay, yeah.
sandwich.
So yeah, I think as far as lingering leads, again, I'm gonna try and put together. It'll be a little bit before we, as a heads up, it'll be a little bit before we play again because I want to have some time to make a slicker interface for some of this stuff. But I want to put together a sort of home base screen that, rather than just this little pub background, is gonna have on it like a ticker for the crew's heat and wanted level. It's going to have a little area on the side with all your like active leads to remind you guys like stuff you can investigate. Have a little section for like healing. And my thought is like either give each player tokens or just your little character icons, and you can drag yourselves to different locations of that board to signify what you're doing during downtime.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that makes it easier.
Yeah, because right now you guys, so what you know is you're working on repairing the engine and you're trying to get this electroplasmic buggy up and operational again. You guys know that the train that delivers shards for the red sashes, on the days that it brings that shipment, it takes half an hour longer than usual. But this is the only thing that is like abnormal about it. You know about that. You still have a couple of samples of shards if you wanted to try and find like an expert to take a look at them to try and divine more about them and their origins.
Drugs.
And you guys have not really reached back out to investigate the cult anymore. Then
It's on one person here mostly.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm making notes of this is the stuff I want to do, and we tend to do the other thing.
You are hearing rumors. I ticked up the clock. It is one slice away from completion. You are hearing rumors on the street. More people are talking about the cult of the empty vessel.
That's good.
And more people are talking about it in terms of like we are nearing completion of the work. And when people are talking about it, they're saying like, oh, we're almost done. Like it's so close. Like you need to join the cult because we're so close to what we've been working for so long.
Hell yeah.
That's the sort of talk you're hearing on the streets.
I don't know if it's very inviting, but I mean, we can use fear as a way to invite people in. That's why I was saying if we do the gambling dens, if anyone goes into debt, they have to pay off their debt through the cult.
Yeah, their debt
that's why I
is
was like,
to the cult, not to not to us.
I would be very secretive about that, but I'd be like, oh, I can help you, and then take the people away to go to the cult to basically, instead of washing dishes in the back to pay off your debt, they're doing it in the cult.
Set up a fake gambling rehab program.
I'm double dipping, yeah.
There you go.
I'm being a better Skov.
Wow. Shots fired.
Brutal.
And now I'm unstable, so now I don't care.
That's right. That's also true. All right. Nice. Well, yeah, like I said, it's going to be a while before you play again, but I will definitely reach out to people to get Season 2 started up once I've got some stuff set up. Yeah.
Yo.
I mean, that's all I've got.
Okay. Also, I assume we don't have to tell the Hive anything, because they're probably already in the know?
Yeah, well, actually, that's another thing. When you were going on your rant, Vey, did you say, what were you saying about the Hive in it? How were you describing them and their involvement in this whole situation?
I don't know if I would have.
I feel like you probably got really hyper-focused on what the girl was doing.
Yeah. If anything, it was just kind of like pitching that as an idea so that people only think that like she was scummy, that nobody else was like kind of pulling her strings.
Yeah.
But does everybody else want that to happen? Or do we want to put the Hive in the spotlight and kind of make an enemy of someone that's really powerful we don't really know much about?
I mean, I'm going to say you were the one who was speaking out and driving everyone to fear. Like, you're the one who was talking. So if you didn't mention it, it didn't get brought up. Yeah. And actually, both Hicks and Skov, Hicks, Skov, Vond, and Church, basically everyone else, you all managed to catch an eye. Like, after everyone's milling out, you can see at the back of the room Corin Briggs, the Hive contact, sort of lurking at the edges, and you can see him sort of nod to you and tip his cap as he blends back into the crowd and leaves the building.
Alright. So potential
I'll
friends.
lurk her when I see them.
Well, we fulfilled our contract with.
Right. And I think they may have. Well, no, the favor was that we just didn't die, and then got a lot of money now.
Yeah, and it was suspiciously easy for you guys to, after you sort of ousted Lissa, it was a little bit easier than you would have expected to like empty their vaults, take the money, get a few people recruited to your side. It all went a little bit more smoothly than you would have expected.
Yeah, and that was most likely because of that.
All right.
Look at that. You do good things, you get good things back.
Is there a faction that we want to target for the next season at all?
I think we just want to get bigger. I mean.
Yeah, but you get bigger by eating other factions.
Well,
I mean, not literally, but like it's a good way because they're gonna be against us.
Switching gears on how we operate as well.
It's true.
Well, here's the thing. You guys are hawkers, and you are not currently the peddlers of the hottest drug on the street.
I was just about to mention that.
Yeah. So are
maybe
we going to
your
betray
target
the
might actually
sashes?
become the red sashes.
Or
They are our tier, so
it would be the red sashes, but I think we'd probably go about it by trying to find the source.
I think we might
undercut
also
them.
want
Around
to ally with either the lamp blacks or the billhooks. Maybe turn, because I don't want everybody against us. I want at least one friend. We do have the grinders, which is great.
Yeah, we worked so much with them.
Well,
you guys did
Velestein
one
did.
job, and
We
it
did
went.
one job.
I've been working with them
Yeah, Velstein's been working their ass off.
unintentionally for years.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, I think we should turn one of our enemies into an ally, and then betray the red sashes.
I think it's more about not betrayal. It's the idea that we need to find either leverage or we need to
Provide
make them. Yes, we need to make them
Take
in,
over
like,
their
in
drug
need of our
ring.
services in a sense. Like
Oh,
we have to make them need us.
Middleman it.
well, I was gonna say just take over their drug source.
Well, yeah. So now that we would take over their drug source, we're the distributors. We keep them making money.
Well, why wouldn't you guys just make money?
Yeah, why
You
don't
can
we just?
distribute.
why
You don't
don't-
need them
we're
involved.
hawkers.
in
No.
taking over
Money
their-
makes money, but also why do all the work when we can pay somebody else to do it and it keeps our hands clean?
Because we want to destroy them.
Oh.
Because we're criminals.
Criminals.
Yeah, we don't care
Yeah,
about keeping our hands
no.
clean.
Yeah. The Hive is criminals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
their hands
'cause
are
they're
dirty.
dirty.
Man,
They keep their hands
Swiss
clean.
bank.
They had us
Do
do
they?
their work. They had us do their job.
Yeah, why don't we make more money before that happens?
Okay.
That is also just generally a baseline thing I will say. When you guys want to ascend to tier 3, I think you're going to have to spend 24 coin to ascend to tier 3.
Yeah, so we gotta save.
So
up.
just keep that in mind.
Is
Yeah.
there a way to like pull money from our stash that doesn't make it degrade in value?
No.
No, that's
No.
your game winning
It's
number.
like a 401k.
You're getting
can't really-
victory points.
Yeah, it's your personal
Well,
stash. Not
I didn't.
the
Yeah, I didn't
stash.
like the vault. If like the gang vault like is not the same.
That's your
It's not the
retirement
same.
fund.
Yeah, the gang vault is not the same. The gang vault is just, it increases the amount of flat coin the gang can hold. Your stash is different than that.
Okay.
We need to
Yeah.
fill that thing up in order to get to the next tier.
Yeah.
So can I stash 2 into the vault instead of my stash?
Sure.
It's just
Philanthropy.
not stashed.
Yeah.
Stored.
Right.
The stash is.
I can't open the sound garden for whatever reason.
Oh, okay. The
the
stash
Midnight Encore.
is
The Midnight
Encore.
Encore.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Midnight Encore. The stash, your character's stash is technically just a role playing thing. All it dictates is when your scoundrel eventually retires from getting too much trauma, what kind of life do they live?
Yeah.
Do they die in a gutter poor, or do they retire with like a house and a family?
Yeah.
It technically is only role playing.
Like, if you don't care about that, then
Yeah,
Don't
you can
ever
just pump
stash,
it
it
all into
doesn't
the
matter.
game.
Nah,
Yeah.
I have a feeling I'm gonna get eaten by a demon. Anyway, I added 2 into the vault.
Great.
I agree.
Retirement plan consumed by demon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Excellent. Yeah, let me just go back to crew advancement and make sure I'm describing it right.
But yeah, I think our plan should still be take over the Red Sash's drug ring, make a new ally to, help us, I guess, while we make money.
Push the drug ring.
Yeah.
Honestly, we could just steal a couple shipments and then sell those on our own, and we don't have to do a long-term project with it.
The Midnight Encore and the quest for more money.
Money.
Get the Scrooge McDuck pool filled.
Well, if
At
we're
1/8.
so the big thing I would say is like if we're both like trying to sell the same thing, they already have an established ring. So the need wouldn't need to be going out to like other people unless we made it cheaper. So we're not going to make as much money by undermining the market.
This girl capitalisms.
Yeah. So if we don't want to make less money, taking over the source is going to be the best thing. Or we somehow knock them out of the drug ring race. Maybe put the bills on them or something. Who knows? Or,
Mhm.
support the Lamp Black so that they have, maybe more control over their territory. It's like it's harder for them to do stuff.
We
Depends what you
could.
want to do.
I'm pro pitting 2 other factions against each other so that they consume each other, and then just profit off of the entire thing, selling weapons to both sides or something.
Yeah.
Tony
The other
Stark
thing
it?
I might do is I might drop at least one of the factions out of the list, because you guys are sort of out of their league at this point, and introduce drop maybe one of these tier 2 factions and introduce a new tier 3 faction. I might do that, depending on where you guys are reaching out. Like if you guys are operating more in Silkshore, I might look at factions that are operating in there and introduce a new one into the mix for season 2.
Are you telling me that one of the weaker factions is going to Rust?
Potentially, yes. Joke's on you guys. It's a train game.
Damn it.
I'm done.
It's Mariposas.
It's
Oh.
Mariposas.
Connected
The
to
classic
map.
train game.
With buttons.
And yes, so just to clarify again with the crew stuff, when you guys fill your crew EXP bar, that's when you get upgrades. When you fill up your rep and go up a tier, when you go from weak to stronghold, you just get that. But if you are at stronghold, in order to advance to the next tier, you have to pay a number of coin equal to the new tier times 8.
Mhm.
So you will have to pay 24 coin to become a tier 3 gang.
Okay.
Easy.
But you guys also can just sit at full rep of tier 2 for a while.
Yeah,
and you
we
can
just
even
gotta protect it.
Exactly. Like you might lose some rep due to some entanglements, then you'll have to regain it and all that stuff. There's no penalty for meeting the rep max before you have enough money to pay for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I guess
I'm excited.
that does it for this season. Chapter? Arc?
A murder of crows.
Of the Murder of Crows. Well, I guess it's gonna change name for the next chapter.
Yeah. It's gonna be
They've been murdered.
We're upgrading from crows to hawks or
A
something.
burial of crows.
A red of sashes.
Yeah, there we go.
We got slashing the sashes.
That's
the
a
slash,
Scav name.
the sash redding, the hive
Slash.
buzzing.
You guys get one letter from Scav 2 weeks after he went to Ironhook, and all it says on it is a red of sashes.
Sash of the Red Death.
We got it. All right. I'm gonna
Left.
get a raid going, and we will see y'all next time. I'm not sure what the TTRPG thing we're gonna do next Sunday will be, but we will find something out.
Yeah.
I'll see everybody Tuesday for art and Thursday for games. Bye. Stay shiny, everybody.
Brr.
We